You can measure the size of an elephant. You can clock the speed of a cheetah, but you can't quantify the heart of a kings, queens, and in-betweens. Welcome to Dr. Boxing Talk. Stream starts now.
The champ is here! 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 The champ is here!
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
Coming in that joint with that fresh shit on with something crazy on my arm. Yes, sir. It's another hit, Barry Bonds. Good, great, grand morning to y'all, man. We got some folks in the building, some beautiful folks in the building, man. What's good? Monday morning. Get it in while you're yawning. What's good, everybody? You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what time it is. The doctor's in the house. Yes, sir. We back. Well, we was back yesterday, but we back again, you know? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? We hit this quick roll call, man. We got Smoochie in the building. Big member in that building. One time for the ladies, supporting the fellas. You know what I'm saying? We got another big supporter in the building. My brother Mike in the building. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy, man. Big supporter right there, man. Man, appreciate it. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. We are here. So we got some things to talk about today. Smoochie said she was unsubbing, Chad. I didn't think we was going to see her again. You feel me? I ain't think we was gonna see her again. Smoochie said she was unsubscribing, boy. I talk about her homie. But Smoochie ain't never pulled up on me though. She ain't never pulled up on me. But that she may have yesterday. She thought I was saying something about boots. I wasn't saying. That's crazy. If you don't know me by now, you will never, ever, ever know me. B-Dog in the building. You know, I was like, nah, I ain't know. I don't know now. I don't know. I only know what you tell me. You feel me? I don't know now. You know. But yeah, so let's get right to it, man. So first off, before we get to it, you know, we always got to start off with a prayer and thank the man upstairs, you know what I'm saying, for keeping us safe downstairs, you know. So let's get it, man. Please bow your heads and join me in prayer. Hold on. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this week. We thank you for bringing us into this work week, starting with Monday. Thank you for getting us into the week yesterday. And hopefully we all enjoyed our weekend, and it was a long weekend for everybody. And for those that observe Thanksgiving, and most importantly, you know, the important part is to give thanks, you know, emphasis on the thanks, whether you're thanking you, whether we're thanking you, Lord, whether we're thanking you for your blessings, or we're thanking our family or your parents or the chefs, you know, whether that's our aunties or uncles or moms or dads. We just want to be thankful and thankful for our friends and our family and the opportunity that we had. Hopefully we took advantage of the opportunity to spend it with loved ones and not take them for granted, because it's easy to take those that are close to you for granted, and we don't want to do that, and we want to try not to do that as much, Lord. Also don't want to take you for granted as well, for all your mercies that you give us and provide us, and your blessings that you also give us and provide us, and permit us to see beautiful things in nature around us, and pursue our goals and achieve those goals, Lord, for the betterment of ourselves and hopefully for the betterment of those around us as well, Lord. So we thank you for letting us see another bright, beautiful day. We ask that you let us see many more. We also ask that you allow us to reap the benefits of our labor, you know, the fruits of our labor. If we put in hard work, that you show us that and remind us that once we use our talents, it's always going to multiply our blessings. That's a promise that you gave. So we ask that you give us the strength and the courage and the ability to keep moving forward no matter what we're going through, and keep our eyes on you, and give us a peace of mind while doing so, Lord. So sometimes our faith wavers, but those that have faith in what's unseen are also the most powerful, because we know that the Father is protecting us and walking with us, and sometimes even carrying us. In Jesus' name, amen. We ask that you carry us. God, been a while, Doc. Hope you had a thank. Yeah, I can't read. Been a while, Doc. Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. Yes, sir, man. Same to you, man. Same to you, bro. I hope everything's blessed your way. Hopefully you had a lot of turkey and ham and yams and good stuff in bonbons. Can't forget that cranberry sauce. You feel me? Stuffing, all that good stuff, macaroni and cheese. Boy, I went crazy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my moms and my aunties and everybody, my uncles that put down. You know what I'm saying? I had lasagna and some more stuff. All types of good food, man. But God bless you, DB, dog. Appreciate you joining. Man. But look, check this out, man. Let's get right to this, man. Before we get to the Shakur news, I wanted y'all to see this. I thought it was funny. It was real quick. There's nothing. Hey, them sweet potatoes, you feel me? Hopefully you got some yams and some yams. Some sweet potatoes and some yams. You know what I'm talking about? Because a few things look better than a woman that can cook. I'll tell you that, boy. I'll tell you that, boy. But check this out, though. Look, man, they interviewed Roy Jones Jr. and asked him some questions, and they asked him a lot of questions. You know, there was a little get together from Roy Jones and P4P. I was watching that for a while. It was good, man. It was good to see them chop it up, and they asked some questions to each other, and you know, and P4P actually broke down why he called out Jake Paul. He's like, you know, Mike Tyson's one of my favorite fighters. He said Ali, Mike Tyson, and somebody else. I can't remember. But he said, yeah, he said, so that was just my reaction to him beating, to Mike Tyson loses. Like, he wanted to get revenge. And of course, Mike Tyson did the same thing, right? You know, famously when Ali lost, you know, Mike Tyson went and put the beats on Larry Holmes because he beat Ali. So he got revenge in his own way. That's what P4P wanted to enact revenge on Jake Paul for beating Mike Tyson. But he came out and said, I'm not really interested in fighting Jake Paul. He said, if he took the fight, I'd do it. You know, but he said, I'm not interested in fighting him, man. That was just my immediate reaction to him beating my idol and the legend of Mike Tyson. And so this is from that same event, you know, so go check them out if you haven't done so already. It's quite a few interviews with Roy Jones and P4P, and they're just talking. I think it's good to chop it up. But P4P did say that he believes the rematch with Bivol, which is good news, will be for all the belts. Because remember, there's been, the IBF has called for him to do his mandatory defense against Michael Eifert. So, you know, P4P says from his understanding, despite the IBF calling for the mandatory Michael Eifert, the rematch with Bivol, if it happens in February 22nd, will be for all the belts, including the IBO. So that's good news. You know what I'm saying? The IBF, they made a mistake against Tyson Fury and Usyk because the rematch should be for the undisputed, but you know, they made Usyk vacate because they wanted him to fight as mandatory for the IBF, and he didn't. He decided to go the immediate rematch route. And it seems like the IBF is learning if this is true, if it is indeed for all the belts, but they could still strip him, you know, but hopefully the IBF have learned. And that's all we ask, man. You know what I'm saying? We you know better, you do better. We're not going to get everything right every time, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that when we do mess up, we correct ourselves, you know what I'm saying? That's part of being a responsible adult, a person, but especially an adult, you know what I'm saying? So I just thought this was kind of funny because they asked him about Anthony Joshua not taking the Dubois rematch, and this is what he said. It's real quick. It's only a 3-minute interview, but I'm just gonna show the end part. He also talks about some other things as well.
Let's go. That's just want to get your thoughts on Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua returned to the ring. He's not going to be fighting Dubois in the rematch.
That's good. That's smart.
Cheers, bro. I appreciate it. Good man.
He said, "What you think about Anthony Joshua not fighting Dubois in the rematch?" He said, "That's good. That's smart."
Bigger version does? Yeah. Because we got 5 fights left. Let's go. That's just want to get your thoughts on Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua returned to the ring. He's not going to be fighting Dubois in the rematch.
That's good. That's smart.
Cheers, bro. I appreciate it. Good man.
And the reason why I just think that's funny is because not only because, you know, I love hearing people like the guys I respect repeat what I said or say something similar sentiment that I have is I don't think Joshua should take the rematch either, even though the rematch would be the quickest way to a championship, which he wants to be another champion. But it's just not worth it, man. And I don't think Roy Jones was talking trash either. I think he was being for real. Like, Anthony Joshua seems like he's towards the end of his career, not because he's on a serious decline from capability, physical capability or athletic capability or anything like that, performance, but you know, he's older and he's kind of voiced that, you know, him and Eddie Hearn have kind of hinted towards that. So at this point, I think he should go for still legacy and still go for championships. But if you have other opportunities that are more fruitful from not only a legacy standpoint, but also a revenue generation, an earning standpoint, then why not go for it? So, you know, and I will say in Anthony Joshua's defense, I do believe that he was contemplating taking the Dubois rematch, because I always say that if you look at Anthony Joshua historically, after he loses, he gets a rematch immediately. You know what I'm saying? When he lost to Andy Ruiz, he returned and rematched him immediately. When he lost to Usyk, he returned and rematched him immediately. He lost, but he still rematched him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's fair for anybody to criticize Anthony Joshua and say that he's scared of Dubois. No. Like, if he loses, I think he's about that life, and I think he proved that now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he wasn't scared before, because I do think he was scared of Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder way back. You know what I'm saying? But now, like, I have to give credit where credit is due, and historically speaking, he has always spun the block. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't always, didn't always result in him winning. It did one time against Andy Ruiz. It didn't against Usyk. But I think it's because, you know, he's coming towards the end of his career, and he wants to make the most out of his limited opportunities. Yo, we got Teach in the building. I came in and this dude is praying, amen, all the time. I pray every time, my brother. Every single day, my boy. He prays it. Thank you, Smoochie. Talk to him. We got Teach in the building. Yo, we got my boy, my brother, mi hermano, Oscar in the building. We got Jamel in the building. Good to see you. See, I'm in here, yes sir. Just finished hooping with Belch. Oh yeah? Don't seem like he give a dang about boxing. He out there hooping? Nah. He out there hooping, bro. He said, "Hey man, I gotta get this cardio in, man." You know what's crazy? When I used to box, I think basketball is a good complementary, not supplementary. I don't think you should switch them out. No, nothing supplements for a boxing workout. But I do think that basketball is a good complementary workout for boxing. Like, after I used to go to I used to be in such great shape, bro. After I go to boxing, sparring, working out, everything, I would go immediately after to the basketball court to go hoop with my partners. And so I think that's good. So I don't want to say that that's necessarily a sign that he's done, you know. But, you know, considering other circumstances surrounding Jermell Charlo, then he might be, you know what I'm saying? Like, you make a good life for yourself, man. That's a goal of anything that you do, man. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. So I personally, selfishly, I would like Jermell Charlo to come back, especially right now in the 154-pound division, right? You got Bud, you got Jesus Ramos, Erickson Lubin, Bakram Murtazaliev, Israel Madrigal, Serhii Boachuk, Sebastian Fedora, like Charles Conwell, Xander Zayas, Virgil Ortiz. Man, it is flooded, bro. Like, so at this point right now, anybody else at 154 would just make it even hotter. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure I'm missing some people too. You know, no disrespect to them. I was just freestyling. But yeah, I think that anybody's inclusion in the 154-pound division, just make it even hotter. So I would love for him to add to the mix as well. Tim Tszyu, you know what I'm saying, who I think could bounce back, Brian Mendoza. So I think that I would love for it to come back, but if he's not in the right place, then, you know, enjoy your life, enjoy the fruits of your labor, man. Hopefully he did good with his money, his munions, and, you know, makes the best decision for him. Like Smoochie said, hope he's happy. Amen. Talk to us, Smoochie. We hope that he is happy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got Chase Money in the building. Big dinero, man. Get that paper, young man. That's what PGNGM stands for. Praise God and get money. And we got Chase Money in the building. You in the right place, my brother. Welcome to the Box and Talk family. Mel Charlo vs. Ramos is the closest to a perfect for a comeback, bro. Jesus and Jesus, who's Jesus Ramos is fighting who again? Jason Rosario, right? AKA Banana. I ain't calling no other man Banana.
What do you mean by that?
Hey, yo. A Banana is crazy. But anyway, yeah, he about to fight Banana.
No, did he?
And Jesus Ramos, that is. That's going to be a good fight. That's going to be a good fight. Jesus Ramos versus Banana is going to be a good fight, you know. Banana is a guy that Jermell Charlo beat already. But yeah, man, I want to talk about the Shakur stuff, right? Shakur and Floyd Kid Austin Schofield. Now, I don't want to be a downer. I don't want to be a fun sponge. Don't want to spoil the party. But I don't believe it, chat. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't believe it, man. Like I said, it's not... I'm not in as much doubt as I was with Shakur and Zepeda, but I am still doubtful. But I do want to show y'all this. This is the good news now. There is some good news now. Not him stinking up the joint. He seems like a jump shot and handles his truck. Hey, watch your mouth, man. Watch your mouth, man. He said he a basketball player, bro. He said he a basketball player, man. He ain't a boxer, man. Chill out, bro. He said his handles is trash. But check this out, though, man. Oscar De La Hoya has seemingly confirmed that the fight is on. He said Kid Austin, which is Floyd Kid Austin Schofield, says, is officially the most bad prospect fighter today. Kid officially accepts to fight Shakur Stevenson. Let's go. He said it's so quiet all of a sudden. Like, this man Oscar, I don't know why this man thinks like everybody's ducking his fighters, but if this is true, hey man, I gotta. If Shakur don't fight Kid Austin, you always make the best move that's for you. You know what I'm saying? Especially Eddie Hearn and Matchroom. But if he don't fight Kid Austin now, and it's his fault, that'd be kind of crazy, you know. But I want to remember, and I'm not trying to be hard on Zepeda, but I got to tell the truth, man. We have to remember that all this is happening haphazardly. All this is happening reactively. All this is happening suddenly. This is nothing that was planned. So if this fight falls through, do not let it distract you that Zepeda caused all this. like I'm just saying, like, Zepeda caused all this, bro. It was originally supposed to be Shakur versus Zepeda for the longest, you know that song? For the longest time. Oh, that was that Billy Joel, right? For the longest time. For the longest time, it was supposed to be Zepeda versus Shakur. So long that we don't forgot. Like 3 fights ago now. 3 fights ago now. Zepeda called out Shakur before and after Baxter Hughes. Then he called out Shakur before and after Giovanni Cabrera. Then he said he wasn't fighting Shakur because he had a baby. Salute to the Zepeda family. Big salute, man. Beautiful blessing. He said he wasn't fighting in November due to the arrival of his baby. Understandable. But then he reneged on that and fought Tevin Farmer in November. So that's 3 fights. He's been calling out for 3 fights. And you know, 3-fight boxing, this ain't basketball. Three games don't happen in a week. 3 fights is the course of a year. And sometimes more. So he's been calling out Shakur for over a year, at least a year, and we did not get it. So that's why Shakur is about to fight Joe Cordina. We cannot forget that. I won't let y'all forget that. Y'all don't let me forget that. So now, Shakur got injured, and then he was about to fight Zepeda, but now Zepeda got injured. I'm not questioning the validity of his injury. It might be legitimate, but it looks a little fishy. You know what I'm saying? There's another reason why not to fight Shakur, and so reactively again, as a result of that, Shakur is looking for another opponent. And he found Kid Austin Schofield because Kid Austin Schofield was talking trash. Kid Austin talked his way into this fight. This was not nothing planned. So if this fight doesn't happen, it's not a big travesty. You know what I'm saying? So I personally, I don't believe he's going to happen. But Shakur said, finally, you talking some sense. Him first, then I knocked Zepeda off next. Sorry in advance, my guy. You are a legend to me in the boxing ring. And then Oscar De La Hoya said, yes, I am a legend. Thank you. I ain't gonna lie. I like when dudes be, because Oscar is a legend, man. I rock with Oscar, man. He gets on my nerves and he be capping a lot, but he is definitely a legend in and around the boxing ring. He has some questionable activities otherwhere, you know what I'm talking about? He might be a legend with them utensils, you know. He might be a legend with them thongs, you know what I'm talking about, and the lingerie too, but he definitely a legend in that boxing ring. So we'll see. You see how I did that, chat? You see how if I enjoyed something, I liked it? Even if I don't agree with it, I still like it. That's what you should do when you watch my videos. If I don't say something that you like, and if I didn't say it myself, I'm just telling you what somebody else said, and you don't like it, still like the video because it helps me grow. You know what I'm talking about? So do that for your boy. I appreciate it. All right, so but yeah, I don't believe it's gonna happen. I still don't. I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think that there's a large chance that it does happen, and I hope it happens. And because it's gonna look bad. You know, it's gonna look bad on Shakur, and rightfully so. But it should be a threshold on how bad we get if this fight doesn't happen, because like I said, this fight was never planned. This was something that happened, that came on a whim, and there was a lot of pushback on it, you know what I'm saying, not just from people, which is crazy that people said that they wanted Shakur to fight him, and now he's obliged on the call out, and now all of a sudden people are saying, Floyd Kid Austin's not ready. I've been saying that I don't think he's ready, but I do respect the young man for calling out bigger competition. You know what I'm saying? It's similar to Xander Zayas. You know, I don't think Xander Zayas should fight Virgil Ortiz next, but big salute to him for wanting the big fish. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to punch up. You're not supposed to punch down. You know, I think Keyshawn Davis, shout out to him. I don't think he's ready for Gervonta, but he should call out Gervonta. I think he gets decapitated, but he should call out Gervonta, because you should punch up. You shouldn't punch down. So that's what Floyd Kid Austin Schofield is doing. I think he loses too, but I'm supposed to think he loses because Kid Austin isn't as proven as Shakur. Keyshawn isn't as proven as Gervonta. Xander Zayas isn't as proven as Virgil Ortiz. I actually think Xander Zayas is the best win to upset the apple cart, if you will, out of all three of them, because I think stylistically Xander Zayas definitely has the capability to beat Virgil Ortiz. I just don't know if he's ready yet, you know. But his stylistically, I think he has the best style that counteracts the guy he's calling up at Virgil Ortiz, you know. But yeah, this Shakur Kid Austin Schofield fight, I think is a good fight. I just think it's a little too early for Kid Austin, but I'm supposed to feel that way because that's what that's his job to believe in this. I'm not supposed to believe in Kid Austin yet. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to believe in himself. I'm not supposed to believe in Kid Austin to beat the champion and Shakur Stevenson. I'm not supposed to believe that, so he's supposed to prove me wrong. So but I do think stylistically it could be a good fight. I love his ambition, and I love the fact that he's carrying his momentum from the sparring sessions, you know. Which I don't put much in sparring because you could spar and somebody could be working on something. Like I just watched a video. Oh man, let's see if I can find it. I want to show you. This is another thing I talked about. It was a video with Armando Vargas, right? And he was talking about his sparring with Gervonta Davis, and I thought he said something that was great because, you know me, I be saying I like what I like when I see the fighters and representatives of the boxing world repeat something that I said. It just, you know what I'm saying, adds further validation. Not that I need it, you know, but it's nice. Oh man, I can't find it. What was it, that long ago? He was talking about sparring Tank, and he basically said, well, if I can't find it, I can't find it. Oh man, let's see if I can find it, bro. Dang, he said he basically said that see if I can find it, chat. Give me a second. You got Cito in the building. I see you, brethren. Yes, sir. He said, I just can't see a scenario where DLH makes a deal with Eddie. I feel Eddie says Ted and Oscar says Troy. Exactly. I feel the same way too, Oscar. I feel the same way too. Can't even tell him he's ass because he'll knock your ass out. Not him. In fact, you can't tell Jamel Charlo that. If Shakur don't fight Schofield now, do you think he could be a problem for him in the future with more experience? Yes, I think Schofield is one of those guys you want to get early. I think he could be a problem, but I don't know. We'll see, because his last performance wasn't good, and his performance before that was against Suero, and he got disqualified, right? Well, no, Suero got disqualified, so that wasn't his fault, but it still wasn't a great showing. So I think that Floyd Kid Austin Schofield, his last two performances, leaves something to be desired, but I do think he still has the talent and the ability to be great. But I don't see him being a problem for Shakur or Tank or Lomachenko or maybe Berinchek, but I don't see him really being a problem for the champions anytime soon, like in the imminent future, like maybe like in 2026 maybe, but I don't think he'll be a problem for them. But I could be wrong. Zepeda on the King Ryan Booger Sugar is crazy. He can't make this mind up. Hey, he might be on that Booger Sugar, man. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. On that Booger Sugar for real. There you go. Kid Austin versus Shakur is going to be a Floyd versus Canelo. Would love to him prove me wrong. Yeah, I would love for them to prove I'm with you too. And not that I'm going against Shakur. I'm going for Kid Austin. I think it's a good fight. I don't really care who wins, but I like underdogs, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm afraid for the counter. His days are numbered. My guy Cito. His days are numbered. That's a good one. All right, so here it is right here. I found it. Here you go. So I want y'all to listen to what Amado Vargas says about sparring Tank.
Gervonta Davis, when he fought Leo Santa Cruz, I was just like teeing off on him. I was like, why is he letting me hit him like that? And then he did that same punch with Leo. He just timed it. And instead of the uppercut, he hit me to the body. I never got hurt to a body shot like that. And it was a lesson that I learned in the sport. You know, Tank, I love Tank. He's a great fighter. It was just an honor to be in the ring with him. He's a great fighter. He hits real hard. I think he's the hardest puncher that I.
All right, we're gonna go back to what he said right here. This is the part.
Why is he letting me hit him like that?
He said I was teeing off on him. Why is he letting me hit him like that?
When he fought Leo Santa Cruz, I was just like teeing off on him. I was like, why is he letting me hit him like that? And then he did that same punch with Leo. He just timed it.
Boom!
And instead of the uppercut, he hit me to the body. I never got hurt to a body shot like that.
All right, so my point is that this is why I don't care about sparring, Chad. And I say this all the time because I was a boxer, an amateur boxer, but I don't think you need to have the mentality of a boxer to understand what I'm about to say. I say this many times. Sparring is practice. I know it's fighting. I know it's combat sports. I know we think every punch should count. Like my coach would say, every punch should black an eye, break a nose, or bust a lip. That's what my boxing coach would say. Coach Johnson, he's actually the strength and conditioning coach. He was the head trainer for Tavares Thundercloud, but then he, as Tavares moved up along his career, he still kept him on board, but he made him his strength coach, and he saw other tutelage from other more, I don't want to say qualified, I don't want to disrespect Coach Johnson, but more renowned trainers, you know, but he still kept him on the team, so big salute to them. But he told me every punch should black an eye, bust a lip, or break a nose. You know what I'm saying? Every punch should be hard. You punch with intent. That's what he's saying. However, sparring is practice. You're not just going out there fighting 100,000% at 100 miles per hour every single time. Like what Amado just said. He said he was going off on Tank, and even in his mind, he's like, why is he letting me hit him like this? And then boom, he hit him with that bomb. He dropped the bomb on him. The same bomb that he hit Leo Santa Cruz with. So basically, he was training. He was practicing a scenario. He was setting up something that he was working on to execute it in his fight against Leo Santa Cruz. And what do I say all the time? You don't, and Amado didn't know. He said that he's wondering why he's not hitting him back. The coach will tell Tank or the fighter to work on something. He's not going to communicate that to the person they're fighting. So the person has no clue if they're working on something. The person, if he, like, let's say Tank never hit him with that shot. Amado, not saying that he would do that, but some people do that. He could come back and say, oh yeah, man, Tank couldn't hit me, man. I was just applying pressure. He didn't even know what to do. Imagine if Tank didn't throw anything. Especially in let's say he threw something that he missed or something like that. Amado could come back with a whole nother story as how he beat Tank in sparring, or whoever, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be these two, but this is just indicative of the examples that I always give. When you watch basketball, if you play basketball, like I said, it doesn't even have to be boxing. If you play basketball, when you watch the Miami Heat play with Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, and Bam Adebayo, you think that they're just playing 5v5 up and down the court all day? Or are they running set plays? Are they playing? Are they doing 2-minute drills? Are they doing free throw drills? Are they doing layup lines? Are they playing 3-on-3? Are they playing 1-on-1? So they set up certain scenarios, game time scenarios, game ending scenarios, game leading scenarios. Sometimes they'll have scenarios where one team will be down by a certain amount, the other team will be up. You know what I'm saying? So like there's difference. They're not just playing basketball full fledged. That's not. You got to be working on something. That's the whole point of having a trainer. You have instruction, you have direction. So like, and that's what he just showed you right there. And I just think that's very important to know that when you're sparring, just because you hear somebody got the best of somebody in sparring, like for example, Kid Austin to Shakur, I don't know what Shakur was working on. Hell, I don't know what Kid Austin was working on. Maybe Kid Austin is so confident because he was working on something in particular, and that particular move that he was working on or combination that he was throwing worked against Shakur. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe Shakur was working on his defense or his upper body movement or his head movement or his 1-2s or his jabs or fighting off the back foot or his like, I don't know, bro. Like, there's a whole bunch of shit. Like I said, I'm only an amateur. I was only an amateur boxer. That's the only capacity I worked out at. And even I could tell you, if I sparred 10 times, 9 of them was me working on something. There's very few times where I was just in there fighting the other guy. So, of course, that's important, too, because you want to put everything together. But, yeah, they're not telling you, okay, Doc, you work on your 1-2s, and they go tell the person I'm fighting, you let him hit you with his 1-2s. No, this guy is going to do whatever he wants, especially if it's a sparring session with one trainer. Now, if you talk about a sparring session where I have a trainer and they have a trainer, then it's even worse because now I don't know what he might be working on something, and we might both be in there working on defense simultaneously. That'd be the most boring sparring session ever. You know what I'm saying? So you just don't know. But even in the gym, like they bring I'm assuming he said he worked with Gervonta Tank Davis during the Leo Santa Cruz camp. So they brought him in. So there was one trainer. He told Tank what to work on, him being Coach Calvin Ford. And he told Amato to just go in there and pressure him and fight your fight. So that's just how it is, man. I think people, when they hear these sparring stories, man, you got to take it with a grain of salt. I'm not saying that the fighters are lying either. I'm not saying Floyd Oscar Schofield didn't get the best of Shakur or Tank or Zapata or Devin Haney or whoever else he said he beat and dominated in sparring. But like I said, I just take it with a grain of salt because I don't know what those gentlemen were working on at the time of the sparring session. That's all. Manza Musa in the building. You got my boy Ryan Frazier, boxing talk up north, in the building. I checked out your brother too, man. Salute to your brother for taking that. Shout out to Ryan Frazier's brother, Hellraiser Fraser. He took a fight on short notice and knocked Buddy out. So shout out to him up there in Canada, man. Yeah, people brag about sparring like it ain't practice. Right, exactly, Jabel. We got my boy Just Doing the building. What's good, brethren? He said Amato actually took something from it. Other guys just leave sparring, beating their chest. Yep, exactly. He watched the Leo fight. It was like, I understand. Exactly. It was a mind-blowing moment. His head exploded. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact, B-Dog. So it's not just limited to him. Like I said, I only sparred in the capacity of an amateur, bro. Nowhere near world level. And I worked on those things. So it's like, can you imagine what they do at the world-class level? It's like I played high school basketball. I never played collegiate basketball. Definitely not NBA basketball or even semi-pro. And we worked on stuff. I could tell you stuff that I'm sure that they work on, and then at the world class level, they take it a step further. You know what I'm saying? Reach another pinnacle, another notch. So they probably work on stuff down to jumping off of the right toe or something like that. I don't know. They might be very specific with their training regimens. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear these sparring stories, I just don't even, like, I look at it and then I listen, of course, because sometimes you will get a Daniel Dubois, Anthony Joshua situation where what happened in sparring actually transpires under the lights and you see Daniel Dubois whoop him in real time in front of everybody when it counts. Just like you heard he whooped him in sparring. But at the same time, sticking with Daniel Dubois, we also heard that Filip Hrgovic sent Dubois to the hospital. And then when it came to actually fighting in the ring, Daniel Dubois won. You know what I'm saying? You can say it's a different, improved Daniel Dubois, older Dubois, whatever it is. But Tank and Frank Martin, you know, it was a very contentious battle in sparring. Legend has it, right? And talk about the brick hand and all that stuff. And, you know, I swear Tank is like, everybody beats Tank in sparring, according to everybody. That's what everybody's. Devin Haney beat Tank in sparring. Frank Martin beat Tank in sparring. All these people beat Tank in sparring. Hell, Amato could say he beat Tank in sparring if he wasn't humble, like B-Dog said, and he recognized and learned from it. You could be like, oh yeah, he only hit me one time. It was a good shot, but he only hit me one time. I was dominating with my pressure. He could say that. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't. He approached it as a scholar would. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that wants to learn. Now, I'm not saying scholar in a scholastic sense, but I'm saying scholar as, that's what we should do in life. We should always want to learn. You know what I'm saying? That's what life is about, learning, you know, and improving. So that's what he did, man. So salute to Amato Vargas. And yeah, so like sparring doesn't always mean nothing because Frank Martin won in sparring against Tank and Tank beat him. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure Devin Haney lost in some sparring and he beat the guys that he sparred. I don't know. I'm just spitballing, but I'm saying that I know that happens a lot, you know, so it is what it is, man. Even with amateurs to a certain extent, you know, I think even amateur sparring equals title fight, right? You know what I'm saying? Like Canelo, I'm sure that there's probably people that beat on Canelo. Like, don't you know about like the guys that are like there's one guy, I can't remember his name right now. Shout out to him. I think it's Kevin Johnson. he fought one of the Davis, but not Keyshawn Davis, but the older one, Kelvin Davis, I believe, or Keon. I don't remember their name. No disrespect. I think it's Kelvin Davis, the older one. He fought him, Kevin Johnson. They call him the sparring king, and they all. What's his knock is that he's great in sparring, but it never transfers to the lights. It never translates to the fight night. It never, you know what I'm saying? What he does in sparring in the gym does not translate to what he does in the ring when it counts. And that's, like, I don't want to knock him because I think he's good, you know, and I believe him. He probably does, you know, there's such thing as anxiety too, you know what I'm saying? It really could be that he's underperforming in the lights. Or what I think it is that sometimes people don't have much self-awareness. I think it's a combination of the pressure too. You know, it's different to fight under lights. It's different to perform in the gym when no one's in there and you're by yourself than it is when thousands of people are watching. You know what I'm saying? Anxiety is real. You know what I'm saying? So it could be that. What I think is that I think he how can I say this? I don't want to say he over exaggerates, but I think he gets too hype off of the sparring, and he doesn't realize that some people are working on things. And not that they're letting him win by any means. I'm not discrediting him. He probably does perform, but I don't think he values the practice. I don't know how much he's learning in the practice for it to not translate or into the results in the ring. So I will give you an example. Like, I remember my homeboy. I had two homeboys, man. one my boy named Demetrius, aka 50. We call it 50, and then my other homeboy DeMarcus. And this is in college now, and they would always play college and Madden, right? You know, the football games, and and my boy, like, my boy DeMarcus, he would always lose. But you know when he won? When they put money on it. And then I was just like, because they both my homies, so I don't want to say nothing, but I don't want to not say nothing. I feel like I'm betrayed, you know, but I just mind my business, man. But, and I'm not calling my boy 50 a duck, you know, like he green or anything like that, but he just seemed like he wasn't too street savvy, I'll say that. And like, to me, it was clear what was going on. The very first time I saw him play, it was clear, because I was like, bro, this man getting smacked. and then he's smacking him for the money. You don't get a turn around 180 like that. But then my boy 50, he said to me, he said, Doc, I don't know what's going on, man. I beat him every single time we play for fun. But as soon as we put money on it, he beats me. I looked at him like this. I said, huh? I said, say that one more time. And I said it right for DeMarcus. I said, bro, say that one more time. And he repeated himself. I said, what? I said, yeah, bro, I can't help you, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. I just wanted to tell him, man, you my boy, but gosh dang, you a stupid hoe. And I think that's what happens with Kevin Johnson. I think that's his name, Kevin Johnson. I think that's a similar situation. Like, not saying he's getting played like that, but I don't think he realizes that obviously the other guy is downloading information, you know, acquiring intel, you know, and gathering information and seeing like, okay, bet I'm gonna fight you here, and I'm looking for you to do things like my future opponent, or I'm trying to see what you do, so when we actually do fight, you know what time it is. Because Kelvin, I believe it was Kelvin Davis when he fought him. Let me see if I'm getting the guy's name right, because I don't want to mess up it. I believe it's Kevin Johnson. They call him the Sparring King, man. They call him the Sparring King. Yeah, Kevin Johnson. I'm not tripping. Yeah, Kevin Johnson. So they call him the Sparring King, and he's 12-4. You know, he's a good fighter, but he's just, you know. And I think that they sparred too. And Kevin Johnson was like, you know what I did to you in sparring? And Kelvin was like, yeah, I mean, it's all good, you know. And then Kelvin Davis went and beat him, you know. So I just think that we got to realize that sparring is practice, bro. Sparring is not everything. Sometimes it does mean something. It is indicative of what would go down if they actually fought a real pro-sanctioned fight. But a lot of times it's practice, and fighters are working on things. Like, I'm sure that there's plenty of times in sparring that Canelo got the worst of it, you know what I'm saying? Or BeLIEve got the worst of it, you know what I mean? Even in amateurs, right? BeLIEve, no shame in losing to Usyk, but BeLIEve, didn't he fight Usyk like twice? No, he fought him 3 times. He won the first time and he lost the last 2 times. But I don't think that's indicative. I think Usyk would probably beat BeLIEve because the size differential, you know what I'm saying? The fact that he's all the way at heavyweight and BeLIEve is at light heavyweight. But You know, I don't think there's any indication that he's necessarily going to lose. Oh, you know, that's a bad example. Andy Cruz versus Kevin. Let's stay with the Davis. Andy Cruz versus Keyshawn Davis. Like, I don't care how many times he lost to him in amateurs. From what I've seen in the pros, I think Keyshawn Davis has the upper hand. Now, styles make fights, and sometimes people do have the mental edge over somebody. Would it be a good fight? Probably would. But I have no reason. If you don't know about what transpired in the amateurs between those two, you have no reason, in my opinion. Just going off of their performances, you have no reason to pick Andy Cruz over Keyshawn Davis. I feel like people only pick him over Keyshawn Davis because of the quote unquote sparring. I mean the amateur fights. Now I do think that's important. You know, I think amateur means something because look at Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. They went back and forth at sparring. I mean amateurs. So I think amateurs does mean something because it is competition. It's just not pro. You know, there's different criteria for pros, right? You don't have headgear. You have smaller gloves. You have all types of different things. You know, it's just different. It's still fighting, but it's a different fight. But I don't think you could put all your eggs in one basket. Like if someone wanted to spar, like for example, Anthony Joshua beat Zhilei Zhang. Do I think Anthony Joshua beats Zhilei Zhang in the pros just because he beat him in the amateurs? I mean, maybe he might, but he might lose too. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think anything is 100% accurate when trying to find any type of indicator on who will win in a fight. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you know, hey, I could be wrong, man. He said, Oscar says, I feel that is rare. We see sparring sessions where we see both fighters go. Very rare. Like I heard Roman Gonzalez and Chocolatito went all out, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it doesn't happen either, you know, but I agree with you, Oscar. I think it's rare. Yeah, sparring is practice. We talking about practice? We talking about practice? We talking about practice, man. We talking about practice, man.
Talking about practice, not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice, not a game.
We talking about practice. We talking about practice, bro. Not the game, not the game. We talking about practice. So yeah, man, it's crazy. Like I said, I do think it could mean something, but it's not everything, man. He said, growing up in both New Mexico and Chicago, Illinois, I could tell you, I fought as an amateur over 100 fights, sparring. We are sparring wars, and they stay in the gym. No one really cares. Exactly, they should stay in the gym. I told y'all that's why I like Liam Paul, because Liam Paul was getting poked and prodded. Pause. Hey yo, he was getting poked and prodded. Hey yo, no diddy.
What do you mean by that?
No diddy, no diddy, no diddy. He was getting interviewed and interrogated by a interviewer, and he was working in the capacity of an interviewee. He was fielding the questions, and they kept asking, "What happened? I heard you and Devin Haney had a good sparring session. What happened? I heard you and Shakur had a good sparring session. What happened?" And Liam Paul, that's why I liked it, because he answered as a grown man should, in my opinion. He was like, "Yo, you know." He's like, "Bro, it was just good work." He said, "Oh, who won?" He was like, "It was just good work, man." He said, "What goes on in the gym stays in the gym." And I feel like sparring sessions should be like Vegas. You know, what goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. That's how I feel in the gym. And like I said, I'm just an amateur, and I even felt that way. So why these? I can't say whether it's Tank or Ryan Garcia or Rayo or Teofimo or Devin Haney, whoever it is. I hate when they talk about what happened in sparring. You know, I feel like that's just like violating the code. But now if someone's talking trash and you're doing it to validate some point, or you're doing it to invalidate a point that they alleged, then I get it. But I don't really care for talking about sparring. I don't really care. It happened in the gym, man. It happened in closed doors, man. I don't care about how many threes. Well, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Steph Curry hitting threes in a row, consecutive threes, like 50 of them joints, 100 of them joints. That's impressive. But I mean, at the same time, that's not any indicator that he will do so in the game. But that's how he practices in order for him to be so lights out during the game, you know, when it counts. But yeah, it doesn't matter, man. You get 100 threes in a row. I don't mean you're going to hit 100 threes in a row in the game time, because somebody's in your face. Somebody, you got the crowd screaming in your ear. You got the dude shit talking to you. You know what I'm saying? So if we look at the most recent example, Tank versus Haiti was long ago, and just now get right. And people are acting like that means something. I don't even think, what was Devin Haney like? Wasn't he like 16? And Tank was like 20 or something like that? Like, come on, bro. That's what we doing? The amateur versus pro shit is exactly what happened in the movie Great White Hype. Yep. Exactly, Jamel. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
He said, since fighters want to brag about sparring, they should go back to the old days where fighters held open sparring for it. That'd be cool too. I'm cool with that. Open sparring, yeah. I did a lot of ish that should stay in Vegas. Newbridge, but hey, yo.
What?
Oh boy, Jamel just nasty. Me too, though. But I can't lie, they look good. I ain't gonna hold you, you know what I'm talking about. I ain't proud of it though, but you know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. You feel me? But yeah, man. So back to the main point, man. Shakur. Apparently, Kid Austin did well against Shakur in sparring sessions, and do I think it's indicative of what will transpire in the ring? I hope so. When I say I hope so, I'm not saying that I want Shakur to lose or Floyd Kid Austin to win or Floyd Kid Austin to lose and Shakur to win. I'm not saying it either way, but I'm saying I hope so from the standpoint that I hope it's a competitive, entertaining fight. But I just have a feeling that it may not be. But shout out to Kid Oscar Schofield for, like I said, stepping up and wanting, as a prospect that's undefeated, wanting to take the challenge. And like I said, I still have my doubts, but we'll see, man. It is all but finalized. It's confirmed by both parties, as in both fighters. It's also confirmed by, actually, I haven't really heard Eddie Hearn. I mean, I've heard Eddie Hearn, I haven't seen him tweet about it, but I've heard him speak on it, saying that that's a fight that Shakur wants. So I'm assuming Eddie Hearn's, you know, he's pretty much on board. Not assuming, he is saying he's on board. And Oscar has tweeted about it, saying he's on board. So let's see if it happens, man. Let's see if it happens on February 22nd. That's a target date, right? So, and then also let's see if Xander Zayas and Virgil Ortiz happens. They're saying that's all but finalized as well. Like I said, that's another fight that if it does not happen, I don't think Virgil Ortiz or Xander Zayas is ducking. But it will look bad on Virgil Ortiz because we got to keep him to the same standard that we're setting for anybody else. Like, I personally don't think Boots ducked Virgil Ortiz. I think that there was just a disagreement in the negotiations, didn't go right, and the fight didn't happen. But, you know, everybody wants to blame something. You know, that was another fight that happened like that too. You know, people are holding Boots, having him commit to a question that he was asked by Chris Mannix in the ring. And Chris Mannix said, if you go up to 154 within the next year, who do you want to fight? And he said, I'll want to fight everybody. He said, I think I have more pop. He said, I think I'll be better. He never said, I'm going to 154, but people like to interpret things how they like and perceive things how they will. But just because you perceived it with your stupid ass ignorant perception doesn't mean that that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't want the truth. They just want to listen to anything that will back up or reinforce their already preconceived notion that they have in their head about a topic. They don't want to know the truth. That's why that's at the heart of most confusion. It's not that there's a lot of misinformation out there, which there is a lot of misinformation out there, but it's the fact that people don't really want to validate or invalidate their thoughts. They just want something to reinforce it. So they'll just go around looking for the people that's saying the same thing as them. But quantity does not make quality in any form, shape, or fashion of life. I'm sorry, it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It could be a whole bunch of sheep. You still a sheep. It could be a whole bunch of sheep. Just because there's a million sheep don't mean that not one of them is a wolf. You know what I'm talking about? So quantity does not make quality. It's just a whole bunch of people saying the same dumbass shit that's incorrect. That's it. I don't think that. Now, does it look bad for Boots? Of course it looks bad. You know, but I'm a firm believer that we overuse. There's 3 terms that are overused severely in boxing. That's casual. If somebody disagrees with you, the other person's a casual. If I say, it could be 2 great fighters. If I say Beterbiev and Bivol had a very controversial fight. If I say Bivol won and you say Beterbiev won, you're going to call me a casual. Even knowing that there was a close fight could have went either way. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. If I say Beterbiev won and you say Bivol won, someone's going to call, I'm going to call you a casual. Like, just because people different in opinion, have varying opinions, and their opinions differ, does not mean someone's a casual. So casual is an overused term. Overused term, again, is robbery. Every time somebody loses, I stick with Beterbiev and Bivol. Bivol lost. I think Bivol won. You know, honestly, I think Bivol won 7-5, 115, 113. But it was not a robbery. I don't think it's outrageous or in no way, shape, form could go to Beterbiev. To be a robbery means that there's no way the other person won. To me, Michaela Mayer versus Natasha Jonas was a robbery. And Natasha Jonas was a beneficiary of a robbery. To me, Tim Bradley and Manny Pacquiao was a robbery. And the beneficiary of that robbery was Tim Bradley. Another robbery, O'Shaquie Foster, Robson Conceição, the first one. The beneficiary of that robbery was Robson Conceição. It's not the fighter's fault. The fighters fight, the judges judge. It's the judge's fault. But Beterbiev and Bivol could have went either way. I'm cool with the result. I had Bivol winning, but I'm cool with Beterbiev winning because I could see how he won too. That's not a robbery though. It's a close fight that could have went either way. So I don't get it. But that's another term that's overused, robbery. And then the last term that's overused, I think that y'all get it. Y'all know which one's the last term, right? This one. Anytime a fight doesn't happen that we want, it's because somebody ducked. We just heard about the fight Virgil Ortiz and Jerome Boots, and it's according to reports being close to being done. Now all of a sudden Boots ducked. How can you duck somebody when you're a champion in a whole nother division? Now, was he adamant about wanting the fight? Maybe not. You know what I'm saying? Should he have taken the fight? Maybe. You know, I would have liked the fight. But I've always been an advocate for Boots to try to unify. I think he should prioritize unifying at 147. But it's also his fault because he has been chasing Bud his whole career, you know what I'm saying, verbally and through the media. And he's been saying that everybody from Stanley Onis to Brian Norman Jr. to Mario Barrios has been ducking him in his division. So the last thing you could do has been saying everybody's avoiding you. The last thing you could do is even seem like you're ducking somebody. So he kind of set himself up, but I still disagree. I don't follow fashion. You know what I'm saying? I have my own mind. I'm an independent thinker, as we all should be. And I'm not saying you have to agree with me. I'm not saying you're wrong if you think he ducked, but people acted like this is the biggest duck. I saw somebody on Twitter say, this is the biggest duck in boxing history. No, Zepeda ducking Shakur is still worse. This fight didn't happen over the course of a week. Zepeda been calling out he's been a mandatory for the last year, and every sanctioned body ain't fought Nan champion. He called out Shakur for a whole year, ain't fought him once. Every time he had an excuse. So that's nowhere near. I think Zepeda's still a bigger duck. I think Lomachenko contemplating retirement after knocking out Kambosos, after also verbalizing and vocalizing that he wants to unify in the division. Now, obviously, you want to contemplate retirement, and you didn't fight Shakur when you are both on top rank. That's a bigger duck. So there's people that have been ducking. To be Anthony Joshua not fighting Wilder and not fighting Tyson Fury, one of them being his countryman, and they came up in the same division in England, to me, that's a bigger duck. You know, so to say that this is one of the biggest ducks in boxing history, they're not even in the same division, you fucking idiot. How could that be the biggest duck in boxing history? Does Jerome Boots, is Virgil Ortiz a mandatory for Jerome Boots in his IBF belt at 147? No. So in order for him to keep, retain, and hold on to his belt, he doesn't need to fight Virgil Ortiz. Is Virgil Ortiz a champion in any other of the other sanctioned bodies in 147? The answer for the WBA would be no. WBO would be no. WBC would be no. So no, and no. So in order for him to unify in the division that he's in, he doesn't have to go through Virgil Ortiz. So how can you be ducking him? Now, if you want to say you're mad because the fight didn't happen and you thought that it would, that's two different things. But ducking implies that you're scared, and it has something to do with your career moving forward and progressing, and you're not choosing to fight the person that's a roadblock. That's ducking. Virgil Ortiz has no implication on Jerome Boots in his career at 147. And you can even argue at 154 he don't need to fight Virgil Ortiz, because Virgil Ortiz is not a champion there either. He's an interim champion, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, give credit where credit is due. I do respect interim champions. I respect elevated champions. I respect email, whatever you want to call it. I always respect champions. All champions aren't even. Of course, a lineal, a super champion is better. Lineal champion is better. Unified champion is better. Undisputed champion is better. You know what I'm saying? So there's different phases of champion that's better, but I still think if you're a champion, all those other words that are adjectives to describe your champion, it just tells us what kind of champion you are, but you're still a champion. So I'm not knocking Virgil Ortiz, but to get a recognized belt, you don't need to go to Virgil Ortiz either. So I think that's wild. We got my boy Legacy over Currency Defined Mindset in the building. What's good, brethren? He said, my guy said, what up, Doc? Did you see round 1 on BF? He was debating for 8 hours. I didn't see it. What are they talking about? He said gym wars are meant to stay in the gym. Yep, that's where you learn. That's where you improve. That's academy to be a better fighter and overall human being. No need. Exactly. And Kid Austin got more balls. He said Boots ain't got no nuts. Hey, yo. He said he ain't got no nuts.
No, did he?
There you go. Hold on now. That's just my opinion on Boots. But hey, like I said, hey, if my boy Ryan said talk that talk then. Yo, why Eddie Hearn negotiate fights without Boots? Yeah, I agree with that. That looks bad. I thought that Boots' explanation was terrible. Like, you got to know your team. Legacy said that's a quack. He said he ducking. He said he ducking. Okay, Legacy. Okay. Hey, we just disagree, bro. I'm not mad at you though. My boy B Dog says Salute to everyone. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Cito. Yes, salute to everyone in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to my boy Cito for being so welcoming. I want to mod you up so bad, Cito, but I got to time you out when you be saying those corny jokes, bro. And if I make you a mod, I can't time you out no more. And I'm not going. He said there are definitely some people trying to assassinate his character over this. I think it's thank you, B-Dog. It is kind of crazy. Very crazy.
Yeah.
Very crazy, to be honest, to me. But hey, he said, Boots about to join my overhyped list. Okay, I'm with you, though. Boots won't fight for unification anytime soon. They all tied up. I agree, bro. I said this too, Ryan. You know me. I've been said this. Boots, to me, is not the boogeyman. I think that people are over-exaggerating that the other champions are scared of him. I don't think Barrios is scared of anybody. Barrios been in there with Tank and got rolled up. Barrios been in there with Keith one-time Thurman and got hit more than one time. So, I'm sorry, Boots is not as proven as those guys. So to say, first of all, I think Barrios is a warrior. I think he's the most decorated champ at 147. He's the longest reigning champ, and like I say, he's been there with higher opposition, the highest opposition at everybody at 147. Not saying he's the best, but I think that he is the most respected champion at 147, in my opinion, most proven champion. You know, and then you have Stanionis. I have no reason to think that he's scared. He hasn't shown me that he's scared of anybody yet. And Brian Norman Jr., he went in there in Giovanni Santilla's backyard and upset him. You know, severe underdog. You know what I'm saying? So I have no reason to believe that he's scared of anybody either. But, you know, and then when you look at the factors, instead, if you look at it with a cool head, instead of getting mad and illogical and being irate and fanatical about a situation, they all said the same thing in regards to Boots. What did they say? Enough money was not offered. They were not okay or satisfied with the compensation that was offered to them to fight Boots. What's wrong with that? So why are we on Brian Norman's head when he said that? And we not on Stanionis' head when he said the same thing? Are we not on Barrios' head when him and Bob Santos' trainer said the same exact thing? Do you think that they all rehearsed and recited the explanation for not fighting Boots together in unison? No, they're telling the truth, bro. Now, if you want to disagree and look at the numbers, to me, like I said, if you're a man and you looking at somebody else's pockets, it's either one or two things. Either you're interested in dating them, you're looking for a sugar daddy, or you just a hoe that needs to mind your own business. But pocket watching as a grown man is very, very ill-advised. Let Av talk to you.
Don't speak on how they pay you, because pocket watching us men shouldn't do, and that's just by nature. But thank you.
So for those of you that missed it, he said pocket watching is something that men shouldn't do, and that's by nature. So if you're a man that's pocket watching another man, as in looking at their pockets and how much they're compensated, by nature of a man, you going against the grain, player. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you a hoe, but that's very hoe-ish. Boots is about to join my, but I do think that Boots is overhyped from the standpoint that he should be on the pound for pound list, that people are ducking him. But I do think he has all the ingredients to be good to make the recipe of a pound for pound talent. I just think he's missing one key ingredient, and that's a formidable opponent, or plural opponents. I think he's just missing the personnel to justify how good he is. But I think he does have the talent and the skill, and I think he shows that. But you got to do what Errol Spence did. Errol Spence fought champions and beat them like Sean Porter. He fought champions and beat them like your Dennis Ugas, Danny Swift Garcia. You got to do what Terrence Crawford did. He fought champions and beat them like Errol Spence, like Kell Brook. You know what I'm saying? Like Yuriorkis Gamboa when he was undefeated, the monster. You know what I'm saying? The little monster that they used to call Little Mike Tyson. Yeah, Terrence Crawford beat him when he was undefeated. I rock with Tank. I love Tank, and but he didn't beat the same Gamboa that Terrence Crawford beat. Oh, Victor Postal, yeah, the undefeated European champion. Yeah, Terrence Crawford beat him too. So, like, you have to do these things, bro. And I know people gonna be Mansa Musa's in here. He about to get on my head top, but that's okay. Mansa Musa, I think Bam Rodriguez is in the same boat. I think he has all the ingredients to make a pound for pound talent, and I think he is. I would even have him on. Maybe I'll have him at number 11 or maybe 10, but. I'm sorry, I can only give you so much credit for beating Juan Francisco Estrada. Juan Francisco Estrada, he's a legend for what he has done in the past. He's not a legend for what he's doing currently. He has not beaten any legends that are legendary right now. Somebody beating Canelo, if David Benavidez beats Canelo, it's not the same as Bam beating Chocolatito. Chocolatito's 37 with 58 fights. Damn near 60 fights. I'm sorry. You know, it's so funny people get mad at Tank and Lomachenko. People get mad at Tank for wanting to fight an old Lomachenko. Lomachenko's 36 with 21 fights, 18-3. Chocolatito is 37, older, with 58 fights, damn near 3 times as many fights as Lomachenko. But y'all okay with Bam fighting Chocolatito though? You see what I'm saying? So I think Bam Rodriguez has all the ingredients. He looks great. The way he did to Pedro Guevara was sensational. You know what I'm saying? But Pedro Guevara, that was his 5th loss. Not his first, not his second, not his third, not his 4th. His 5th loss. Stop it, man. Stop it, man. We like, stop it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Stop it, bro. Stop it, bro. I'm not going. I'm not going, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think he is great. I think he has, let him be great, though. You know what I'm saying? Let him go beat Fumaleli Cafu. Let him go beat Fernando Martinez. You feel me? Let him go beat who are 2 undefeated champions in his division. Let him go beat them, and then go beat Junto Nakatani, who's at 118, a division above. But even before that, let Junto Nakatani beat the other champions that are undefeated in his division. You know what I'm saying? Let people take the proper steps, man. Stop elevating these cats before they have the personnel to justify their position on the pound for pound ranking, man. It's disrespectful to the other guys that exist. He said, I disagree. Boots acted like a kid during the last fight when he blamed 147 for his poor performance. Yeah, I do agree. I do agree with that, man. So you're right. I don't think he acted like a kid, but first of all, like I said, I think that interviewing guys post fight is not the best look, but like I said, he was being asked those questions, but he was being probed. I wouldn't even be shocked, and no disrespect to Eddie Hearn, but I wouldn't be shocked if Eddie Hearn told Mannix to ask him those questions, because it's clear that Eddie Hearn wants Boots at 154. You know why? Because he doesn't want Boots and Conor Benn to fight. Even though it's an easy fight to facilitate because it's in-house. They're both in match room. They're both in the same stable. And Conor Benn said, give me Boots, yeah? Give me Boots. Give me Boots. 147 or 154. I fight anybody. Give me Boots, yeah? Why? Have at it. Have at it. I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter. Shut up. You're not fighting nobody. Only thing you fight is PED allegations. Shut up. You're not fighting nothing. Shut up. Shut up. Conor Benn been ducking too. You know, I'll be real about it. But Eddie Hearn wants, in my opinion, Eddie Hearn wants Boots to move to 154 so he can move Ben to fight Barrios, and because he thinks that Conor Benn could potentially beat the champions at 147, except for Boots. So that's why he wants Boots to go to 154. Come on, man. You know, Conor, like I said, boxing in England, is Conor Benn a great talent, even as great as a talent as Boots? No, but in England, he has the lineage, right? He has Nigel Benn, who's a respected fighter, and he should be, but England, they love boxing, so you don't have to be the best to have a good following. And Conor Benn has a good following that he inherited from his father, and he's kept it going. You know, shout out to him as well. You know, and so does Chris Eubank Jr. You know, from Chris Eubank Sr. So yeah, I think that he does want to move him up. Boots Ennis and Mannix works for his own. I think that Eddie Hearn set him up, and I told him to ask those questions. But yes, you're right, man. So that he did say that he 147. He thinks he'll be better at 154, but you got to understand, you got to look at what he said and analyze the context. Everything that he answered in regards to 154 was a question that he was asked. He was literally probed. So what I'm saying is that he never said, oh, I'm going to 154. He said that he thinks he will be better at 154. He said he thinks he'll have more pop. He didn't say that, oh, I'm not good at 147 anymore. He never said I can't make 147 as in the weight. So you can say he's blaming him, or I say he's just answering the question. Why wouldn't you think that you'll be better at a higher division? You know what I'm saying? Of course you should think that you're better. He said, I can't compare Kid Austin's situation to Boots. Not at all, B-Dog. I can't do that either. Schofield literally has nothing to lose. Boots is a champion, being pressured to move up to fight for a no title. Thank you. Then let's read that again, bro. He said, I can't compare Kid Austin's situation to Boots.
Yeah.
Schofield literally has nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Boots is a champion.
Yeah.
Being pressured to move up.
Yeah.
To fight.
Yeah.
For no title.
Yeah.
Come on now. Come on now. That's the guy we're saying ducking. The title holder is ducking. That's like when people say, oh, Shakur doesn't want to fight Zepeda. If he want to fight Zepeda, he'll go sign the Golden Boy. When has a champion ever been... Bro, I'm not even the biggest Shakur fan, bro. But when are we advocating for the champion to chase the mandatory? What are we doing, bro? That's literally the definition of ass backwards. Come on, bro. Anybody who says that, I'm sorry, but I'm going to just let Oscar talk to you.
You dumbass.
Come on, bro. But then y'all don't realize that Oscar set this up from jump. Oscar literally told Shakur when he was a free agent that the only way he gets to pay to fight is if he signs with Golden Boy. Am I lying? Did anybody else see that? Matter of fact, I'll bring it up just in case you don't believe me. Let's see if I can find it. Meaning that he had no intention of letting him fight Shakur. Let me see if I can find it. Yep, I'm a beast, chat. It's not a good picture. It's not a good picture, but Let me show you right here. He tweeted it. Look. And he said it too. I don't be capping, chat. He said, had a great meeting with Shakur Stevenson representatives. William Zepeda will only fight him if Shakur is signed to Golden Boy. Where do we do that at, chat? Since when do we have the champion chase a mandatory? But it's funny because when it comes to Richardson Hitchens, what do we say in regards to him and Matias, which I agree with? They say Richardson Hitchens ducked Subaru Matias. Why? Because he was the mandatory for Subaru Matias and he didn't enact his mandatory status to force the fight. So they say Richardson Hitchens ducked Subaru Matias. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But how did the script flip when it comes to Shakur and Zepeda? So when does the champion chase the mandatory? So it's Lomachenko's fault why Zepeda didn't fight him. It's Tank's fault why Zepeda didn't fight him. It's Barinchik's fault why Zepeda didn't fight him. Also, it's Shakur's fault why Zepeda didn't fight him. No, he's a number one in all 4 sanctioned bodies. He didn't fight Nan champion. It's his fault. Fuck out of here, man. You gonna learn boxing today. I know a lot of people out there mad, but you gonna learn boxing today over this side. Boots puts himself in this. Boots put this on himself. Don't say you want top guys, then get a top guy, then decline. I disagree with that, man. So I don't think that Virgil Ortiz is a top guy, number one, as he's not a champion. I do think Virgil Ortiz he's one of the top guys, yes. So I agree. At 154 is a hot division. So I can name 10 top guys in there. But you don't get anything at 154 for fighting Virgil Ortiz. Like B-Dog already articulated, like I already articulated. I do love the fight. That's why I respect David Benavidez. Shout out to David Benavidez. Him fighting David Morrell is nothing short of an amazing fan-friendly fight. He's only doing it for the fans. Shout out to David Morrell. You know why too? Because he's been chasing Canelo so long, and he's been calling Canelo such a duck that David Benavidez has self-awareness, and he knows he can't even look like or have people think that he's ducking anybody, because then he'll be a hypocrite. You know, right now, Boots does look like a hypocrite. I agree, because he's been saying that everybody's avoiding him, and now it seems like he's avoiding Virgil Ortiz. However, if you look at it from a business standpoint, which boxing is a business, just like all sports, it's entertainment and business, it doesn't make sense to fight Virgil Ortiz. But yeah, the top guys, yeah, exactly. The top guys are title holders. Like, so to me, the top guys at 154, Sebastian Fundora, Bakram Murtazaliev, and Terrence Bud Crawford. Those are the top guys. You know, Sebastian having 2 belts, Bakram having the IBF, and Bud having the WBA, right? So, yeah, no, I'm not going for that. He said, I'll say it, that whole shit pocket watching another man. Cowboys fans got that bad. Yo, tired ass Cowboy fan in the building. What's good? My boy came in here swinging. I appreciate you, bro. He said, I'll say it. That's whole shit. Pocket watching another man. Talk to him. Thank you, Cowboy fan. Thank you, bro. Cowboy fans got that. But yes, man, now, like, how can you tell another man what he's worth, man? These guys are getting guys and girls, they're getting punched on for a living. You can't tell them what they should be compensated. I don't care what you think is enough for you. Y'all not in the same tax bracket. You know what I'm saying? $1 million would be a lot for me and you and everybody else. I mean, a lot of people, the majority of people. But if you expect to get certain amount of money because you're a title holder now, then that may not be a lot. You may not feel like it's an appropriate compensation. Now, you can outprice yourself too. I'm not saying be ridiculous. I'm not saying that's impossible. But who are you if you're not a financial advisor? And even if you are a financial advisor, you're not my financial advisor. You're not part of my team. I don't know you from a can of paint. You know what I'm saying? Who are you? How dare you tell me what's enough money for me to receive? Okay. It's crazy, bro. Didn't Boots just beat his mandatory so he can move up and fight, then come back down? Who are you going to fight now? 147, the champions are all tied up. The division is deep. Well, yeah, Ryan. So Ryan has a good point. I will say this, though, and I said this yesterday, too. What hurts Boots, like I said, Boots is in a bad position now. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that Boots is in the clear, but I'm saying to call him a duck is a little... I think it's a little overzealous, and you're overreaching. It's a little bit of over exaggeration, right? I think that you could say that you're disappointed in him. You know, I mean, you can say whatever you want. You know, who am I? You know, say whatever you want. I'm just saying that for me, I think it's a little disingenuous to say that somebody is ducking somebody who's not a champion and he's not in his division. But I do agree with Ryan, because it seems like, I don't know for sure. This is the IBF we're talking about. IBF are very strict, you know, but he just satisfies mandatory, yes. And a lot of people are mad at him fighting Karen Chukagian again, not realizing it was his mandatory. He had no choice, or he's going to relinquish the belt. So my point is this, Ryan. Check this out. I do agree. He just satisfies mandatory. He probably can request to move up. And if he loses, he can still keep his belt. Or if he wins, he can decide to come back down and still keep his belt. However, number one is the IBF. I wouldn't be surprised if the IBF denied him that request. Number two, He just fought his mandatory. A lot of people are saying that, oh, he could do what he want, like dummy Tim Bradley. I'm not saying that everybody who says it's dummy, because you know I respect you, Ryan. You know, and I respect Mansa too. I respect everybody. It's open dialogue. But the reason why I say dummy, because Tim Bradley should know better, right? You got to tell the whole story. Yes, he did just satisfy his mandatory. Why did he satisfy his mandatory, Ryan? He satisfied his mandatory to keep the belt. So why would he satisfy his mandatory fighting the fight he didn't want to keep the belt just to let it go to fight somebody else? It makes no sense, bro. Like, you see what I'm saying? You see how backwards that is? People don't realize that, though, but you are right. He just satisfied his mandatory fighting Karen Chukadzian for the second time in a rematch. He didn't want to do it. Why did they do it? Because he wanted to keep his belt. So why would he turn around after doing the necessary things to keep his belt? Why would he turn around and leave and go to another division? If he was going to do that, he should have did that last fight. So that's an even bigger indicator to let you know that Boots was not intending on going to 154, no matter what he was asked in the middle of the ring. Because everything that he said was a response to Chris Mannix's question about 154. So it's just like when we talk. I'm gonna bring Bam up again. Bam is not calling out Naoya Inoue. So if Bam doesn't fight Naoya Inoue, it's not disappointment. Every time somebody wins at the 115-pound division to, I'll say, the 126-pound division, they say, oh, are you gonna fight Inoue next? Because the average person does not watch boxing like that. They don't consume boxing at a high level like we do. You know what I'm saying? They just they consume it at a very surface level. So the only person that they know between 126 and 115 is Naoya Inoue. They don't know nobody else. So every time somebody wins, whether you're Bam Rodriguez, whether you're Junto Nakatani, whether you're Nick Ball at 126, or El Divino Espinosa at 126, they're going to, Shushu Carrington, they're going to ask you about Naoya Inoue. That doesn't mean that Bam, if he doesn't fight him, he's ducking him. It just means that Bam Rodriguez is at 115, 3 divisions away from Naoya Inoue, who's at 122. And he has other competition at 115 in Fumaledi Cafu, who's an undefeated champion. He has a WBO. And Fernando Puma Martinez, who's a WBA champion, who's also undefeated. We're not asking him about fighting those guys, though, because we don't know them. Same with Junto Nakatani. If Junto Nakatani doesn't fight Naoya Inoue, he's not ducking him either. Because Junto Nakatani has Ryoshiki Nishida, who's a champion, is undefeated. He has Yoshiki Takei, who's a champion, that's undefeated. He has Seiya Tsutsumi, who just beat Takuma Inoue, Naoya Inoue's younger brother, who's also undefeated in the same 118-pound division. We don't care about them, though. It's just like anybody that wins a fight from 130 to 147, they're going to ask them about Tank. No matter what division they're at. It's up to us to pay attention. To, same with Canelo. Anybody from 154 to 175, whether you're BeLIEve or Errol Spence, they're going to ask you about Canelo. Because they don't really watch boxing. That's why. So we who know better, like Tim Bradley, goofy ass, we should do better. Like, no, bro. Like, so I'm sorry. No, I don't. I think that you just answered the question. So every time somebody says he satisfied his mandatory, yes, he satisfies his mandatory to stay at 147. Tell the whole story. Because if he wasn't worried about staying at 147 or he couldn't make weight, then he would have abandoned his. He would have denied his mandatory, vacated the belt, and abandoned 147, went to 154. So all these questions are coming from us because we want to see him fight at 154, not because he has put forth the statement to where he is saying his desire to fight at 154. Let's tell those stories. He can petition to do that, and they can deny. Exactly, they can deny his petition. It's not a guarantee. Exactly, it's not a guarantee. But I do agree that could happen. I think beating Ortiz puts you in the top 154 rankings, which is return. Give him top guys at 154. I'm not gonna lie, man. So I think he could get the top guys at 154 because, like I said, let's look at the 154-pound division. There's so many top guys at 154. Almost any fight that you fight at 154 to be, which is the deepest division, is a top guy. So I do agree he can get a top guy, but I don't think he needs. I disagree that he needs Virgil Ortiz. You don't know. Virgil Ortiz is an interim champion, though. Shout out to him. You know, he just got it from beating Serhiy Boachuk. Yes, but let's look at it. Let's look at it right now. So look, man, this division is deep. We got Sebastian Fedor, Terrence Crawford. I'm not gonna count Jermell Charlo because he hasn't really been active, so I'm gonna count him as inactive. But you got Sebastian Fedora, Terrence Crawford, Bakram Murtazaliev, Virgil Ortiz. I'm not going to count Errol Spence either. Serhii Boachuk, Israel Madrimov, Xander Zayas. So we going on Charles Conway. I done ran out of fingers already. Jesus Ramos. All those are top guys. You know, Vito Milnicki is a younger guy. Erickson the Hammer Lubin. Jonas Tellis is crazy that he's number 2, but he's still a young bull. But he's a name that's coming up. You got Brian Mendoza, who only lost to good guys. You know what I'm saying? You got Josh Kelly. You know, he has a name. There are just so many, bro. I mean, Callum Walsh, I guess, but you know, whatever. Andrew Holmes, another RDO. I always call him Andrew. RDO Holmes. Tim Zoo's still the top guy. I mean, yeah, I think he could bounce back. You know. So yeah, there's so many guys. I'm not gonna count Takeshi Inoue till I see him again. But yeah, there's just so many, man. This division is deep, bro. So I don't think that he needs Virgil Ortiz, you know. Now Virgil Ortiz gets this fight right here, then we talking. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, until like I've always said that if Boots really wants to fight Terrence Crawford, he should go to IBF and fight Bakram Murtazaliev. I said that a long time ago, but I'm not going to say that now after he just satisfied his mandatory in Karen Chukadzian. What's the point of fighting that fight if you didn't plan on staying at 147? Boots got a direct shot at Bakram. If he beats Ortiz, he gets a shot to another title holder. Yep, it just leaves him in the same position whether he fights it or not. Exactly what Oscar just said. You see what I'm saying? That's just, but like I said, I'm not trying to tell you what to think. You think what you want. You know what I'm saying? You have some valid points, Manza and Ryan. I just wholeheartedly disagree. I think people are exaggerating how hard they could to come down on Boots. Yo, shout out to my boy Irony in the building, man. Dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. Shout out to my boy Define Irony. He said, keep up the good work, dog. Hey, man, God bless you too, man. Shout out to my Boricua brethren and sister out there, man. Appreciate that, bro. Big salute to you, bro. Thank you, Irony. I appreciate the compliment and the $2. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you being here too, man. He said, Bam about to beat the brakes off all those cats. Bam like 24. Ain't gonna be ahead of Boots next year around this time. I do agree with that now. I agree with that now, Ryan. I do. I think he's going to be, you know, but he's not there yet, in my opinion. Barrios, Norman Jr., Stanionis, Bakram better than Ortiz. I agree with that too. Those are all better options than Ortiz. All better. Now, are they better options from a fan-friendly standpoint? No, we want to see Virgil Ortiz and Boots because they've been linked together since 147, right? But as far as your status or your legacy, Barrios, Norman Jr., Stanionis, and Bakram Murtazaliev are all better legacy fights than Ortiz right now. Stop it, bro. I've never seen so many people. You know, it's so funny because people make fun of me and talk trash to me because I give people credit for being interim champions or elevated champions or email champions. But now all of a sudden people are calling Virgil Ortiz a champion because it's convenient for the argument they're trying to make, the narrative they're trying to manipulate. Stop it, man. My guy, George the Last Patriot in the building. Good, great, grand morning to you, brethren. My boy Aki says, Boots needs to go at 154. Shout out to Aki in the building. I do agree. Like, please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I would love for Boots to go to 154. However, I think it's more imperative for him and any young champion to try to dominate your division. Now, he doesn't have to get undisputed. I'm not saying it's mandatory for him to build his legacy to get undisputed. No, you can build a great legacy without being undisputed, even unified. But I think, well, yeah, you can do it without being unified too. But in the current climate and what you're trying to do and the opportunity, you're considered by far and wide the best person in your division. Why not get unified first and then move up? You don't have to get undisputed. Why not try to get Barrios or Stanionis or Norman Jr.? Why not prioritize that? I'm talking about really prioritize that too. I'm not just saying talk about it and give them some poop-put ass offer and then say, oh yeah, when they deny that I tried. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about really get it. And I'm not gonna lie, if I'm Boots, and I'm telling you, bro, if I'm Boots and Conor Benn gets Mario Barrios before I do, not saying Mario Barrios, if Ben, because it'll be him getting a champion before Boots does. If Eddie Hearn gets Conor Benn a champion, a title shot before he gets Jerron Boots Ennis a unification opportunity, like I said, Eddie Hearn's my next opponent. I'm fighting Eddie Hearn. I ain't gonna lie to you. Whether it's in the office, whether it's at his crib, whether it's Australia with Sky Nichols. Let me stop. I'm just joking. I don't know. It ain't my business. It don't matter. I'm pulling up on Eddie Hearn. I'm telling you that right now. Because that's crazy disrespectful. Because Conor Benn ain't even cleared to fully fight yet. Boots has the easiest road to undisputed at 147. He shouldn't even utter 154. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. That's my point. So how could we say that, man, sir? And then in the same breath say that same guy has to go to 154? I don't think he has to. So that's what I agree with Aki. I would love for him to go to 154, but I don't think he needs to. I don't think he needs to, bro. Like that's the thing. Like, the guy is trying to unify, man. It's so funny. We want other guys to want to unify. The guy that wants to unify, we're trying to push him out of division to fight a guy who's not even a champion. And he's a champion. Boots is a champion. We're trying to push him. A guy that wants to unify, we want trying to push him out to fight another guy in Virgil Ortiz that's not a champion at the higher division. Like, I would love that fight. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be mad at the fight, but I'm not gang banging on Boots because he's not going to 154 immediately. Like, he could still go. Who said the fight is really dead too? The fight may not be dead, you know. Oscar could be hollering duck prematurely, and you got to be careful what you say these days because it could come back and bite you in your butt, you know, because Oscar, this is his MO, right? Oscar will say that all these fighters want to fight his fighters, and then somehow, miraculously, some way, shape, or form, they don't fight his fighters, and then he calls us duck, and then we find out later that it was his camp that didn't really want the fight, and not the other fighter. So right now, it seems like Boots is, you know, quote unquote ducking, but I don't know if that's the full story. I don't know, but it is a bad look that him and Eddie Hearn aren't on the same page. But like I said too, the fight, according to Eddie Hearn, was proposed to him at 147. He didn't advocate for that. You know, don't forget to smack that like button, man. I ain't say that all day, man. Please hit that like button. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Smack that like button, man. Hit it with a Conor Ben egg-filled Ryan Garcia, Austrian field left hook. You know what I'm talking about? I have the same feeling. Oscar, yeah, that's facts, but Boots not getting any of those names next. Fight is dead because Xander stepped in for Boots. Now, I don't know if that's true, though. I don't know if that's true, Ryan. We got to see. Now, I want to ask you this, though, Ryan. I'm so glad you said that, brother. My boy always be coming through, right? I talked about this yesterday, too. So if Virgil Ortiz doesn't fight Xander Zayas, is he ducking Xander Zayas? If the answer is no, then how the freak can you convince me that the guy in another division is ducking Virgil Ortiz? I can't wait, because you know Virgil Ortiz not gonna fight Xander Zayas. I'm not saying it's Virgil Ortiz's fault. I'm saying that for whatever reason, no matter whose fault it is, it won't happen. I'll take bets, man. Xander Zayas is not fighting Virgil Ortiz. Right? I'm telling you right now, he's not fighting him on February 22nd. I don't think Bozy and Boots. Keep calling this man Boozy, bro. This man disrespectful. Virgil a big duck if you don't fight Xander. Okay, but you know, Ryan, I know sometimes some things slip through the cracks for me as well. You know, Xander Zayas called out Virgil. This is not a new thing. Xander Zayas has been calling out Virgil Ortiz since he beat Damian Sosa. Specifically, I'm talking about he's been saying that he wants big names, but he added further specificity after he beat Damian Sosa. He said, "I want Virgil." So this is not new. I don't think Virgil Ortiz, I'm going to tell you right now, my stance is the same. It's similar to Boots, which I think that this would be worse than Boots not fighting Virgil Ortiz because Virgil Ortiz and Xander are in the same division. But I don't think that Virgil Ortiz needs to fight Xander's Eyes either because similar to Boots, I don't think Xander's Eyes does anything for Virgil Ortiz right now. But I would love for him to fight him. Another but, if you're going to call Jerome Boots ducking Virgil, then you have to call him ducking Xander. But I don't think that's true either. I think that we a lot of times we undervalue or undersell the importance of making business moves in boxing. Like Virgil Ortiz is an interim champion. Why the hell does he need to fight Xander Zayas? Xander Zayas is ranked number 4 in the WBC, where Virgil Ortiz is the interim champion at. Xander Zayas is a mandatory for the WBO, not the WBC. So I think it's a great fight. Xander Zayas says he wants it. I think it's a little premature, but I think he has a style that could beat Virgil Ortiz. But I think just like Floyd Schofield, and they coincidentally have very similar records. Xander Zayas is 20-0 with 12 knockouts. Floyd Schofield is 18-0 with 12 knockouts. And they're both 21 or 22 years old. So they have a lot of similarities. Xander Zayas is ranked number 1 as a young up-and-coming prospect in the WBO. Floyd Schofield is ranked number 2 in the WBC. So they have a lot of similarities there, you know what I'm saying? And both have a very promising future, in my opinion. I think Xander Zayas' future is a little more promising, in my opinion, right now as it currently sits. But I think they're both hollering. I think if they get the fight, if Virgil Ortiz and Floyd Schofield get Xander Zayas. Sorry, if Xander Zayas and Floyd Schofield get Virgil Ortiz and Shakur Stevenson respectively, I think that's a little premature for both of them. But if they want to hop off the poach, man, you want to hop off the poach and hop right into the street and get that smoke, then do it. And I applaud them for that. You got to be ambitious, man, because, shout out to them. That's what the greats do from a young age, man. They want all the smoke, And if they lose, the worst case scenario, I think they could both bounce back. However, I just think at this current standpoint, it's a little early, but I love it. But I don't think if it doesn't happen that anybody's ducking. Boots mentioned 154. Boots Bow got him in this situation. Yeah, that's very fair. That's a very fair assessment. I think Xander and Ortiz gonna fight. It's Mexico versus Puerto Rico. That's true. Yo, Teddy in the building. Teddy Bruckshot. What's good, brethren? Teddy in the building.
Me blood clot.
Yeah, we'll see. I hope you're right. I don't believe it. Top rank, Golden Boy. Right now, at this moment, relatively short notice. But the fight's supposed to be in February. We're in December right now. I hope you're right, Ryan. I don't think so. How long are camps? Camps are how long? 12 weeks, a.k.a. 3 months, right? 4 weeks in a month. So 12 weeks is 3 months. Xander Zayas and Virgil Ortiz fighting? Because Virgil Ortiz and Boots fell through? Rabbit ears? Quotation marks? That's wishful thinking, my brother, but you could be right. Yeah, you could be right, bro. But I'm going to open up the Discord, man. Oh, no. First, one more thing. I forgot about the pound for pound, man. Let's talk about this pound for pound list, man. I think this is dope on Boxing Rec. I want... Oh, Mansa Musa, I hope you're not in the stream right now because you about to be mad. Because this is just the people's pound for pound list. This is not official, but I want you to recognize this list. And I want you to recognize that it's very, very similar to what your boy been saying and the people that spoken. I think that they're still slightly wrong, but it's very close to what your boy been saying. This is not my list. This is the people's list, according to Boxing Rec. Check it out. You can make your own list too. Check it out, man. So this is the people's list on Boxing Rec. The people's pound for pound. Number 1, they got Naya Inoue. Not mad at that. They have number 2. They have Alexander Usyk. Not mad at that. Terrence Crawford, number 3. I think those 3 are interchangeable. You know what I'm saying? I think all 3 belong in top 3. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have these top 3, whether you have Terrence Crawford number 1, Naya Inoue number 2, or Usyk number 3, or Usyk number 1, Crawford 2, and Inoue 3, I think that's okay. I think they're all interchangeable. So I'm cool right there. Number 4, they got BeLIEve. Not Bam Rodriguez. Okay, because that's who Mansa Musa would have. I'm cool with that. Light heavyweight, undisputed. Naya Inoue, undisputed in 2 divisions. Alexander Usyk, undisputed in 2 divisions. Terrence Crawford, undisputed in 2 divisions. BeLIEve, undisputed in 1 division. Saul Canelo Alvarez, number 5, undisputed in 1 division. Of course, he got stripped right now, so he's not undisputed right now. And same with Usyk's not undisputed right now, but you get what I'm saying. To me, I have Saul Canelo Alvarez, number 4. But I'm cool. If you have 4 and number 5, to me, these top 5 is correct. I think these are the top 5 these 5 personnel, from a personnel standpoint, they should be in 1 through 5. I think your list should be like this. Now, whether you have Saul number 4, like I do, BeLIEve number 5, I think your list should have these 5 people. And your top 3 should have these 3 people. I agree with it. Dimitri Bivol, I'm cool with them being number 6. He did lose a controversial fight to BeLIEve, but in my opinion, he's too close to BeLIEve. Yes, it was close. I feel like Bivol won, but he still lost. So to me, there's no way you can have him over Gervonta Tank Davis, who I have as number 6. But I still like this because Bivol should be up there. Now they have number 7, Gervonta Tank Davis. I'm cool with that. That's close enough to where I have him at number 6. Jesse Bam Rodriguez, I disagree, but I'm cool with this too. I remember I said if you have him, and I said if you have Bam Rodriguez in 10 through 8, that's bro. This is what I said, bro. I think I said 9 through 10, 9 or 10. This is where he should be. He should be after Tank. I'm cool with this. Junto Nakatani, I personally have him number 10, but I'm cool with this. Me, I have Bam Rodriguez. I have David Benavidez, who they edged out. I have him as number 8. Now, so this is that. I think this list is fire. I think this is a great. I think the people I've spoken, and they have spoken well. I disagree with it slightly, but from a personnel standpoint, I think this list is fantastic, man. Shout out to the people, man. I think this is great. Now, look at my pound for pound list. This is mine now. I have Bud number 1. I have Usyk number 2. I have Inoue number 3. I have Saul Canelo Alvarez number 4. I have BeLIEve number 5. I have Tank number 6. I have Bivol number 7. I have Tyson Fury number 8 because I think him being off the list for him only losing to Usyk, who's number 1, 2 or 3 pound for pound is crazy. The only reason why Errol Spence is not on here because Errol Spence looked terrible, and Errol Spence is inactive. But he only has 1 loss as well to a guy that's top 3 pound for pound, so he should be on there as well. But he doesn't look good. Tyson Fury still looks good. He was arguably winning the fight against Alexander Usyk. So how you have Dmitry Bivol so high up on your list, but people just neglect Tyson Fury like he has 11,000 losses. He only has 1 loss, and that's to Alexander Usyk. So Tyson Fury is on my list. Number 9 is Junto Nakatani, and number 10 is David Benavidez. I also, sometimes I have it like this. I have number 10, Junto Nakatani, and number 9, Benavidez, but sometimes I do. And then my number 11 is Daniel Dubois, and my number 12 is Jesse Bam Rodriguez. And then my 13 is Shakur, and then 14, I stopped going after that. I stopped after Shakur, number 13. That's my list. I know some people disagree, but that's how I see it. George's last page said Eddie Hearn has been looking like he wants to scrap. How about him versus George Ward in an exhibition fight? I like that. Battle of Promotion airs. I like that. I wouldn't be mad. Shout out to him. Yo, my boy Clone in the building. Big member in the building. We love seeing the members. Shout out to my boy Clone. We got another member in the building. Shout out to my boy Dub. Brother Dub in the building. Big member in the building, as well as Ryan. Big member in the building. They got the green glove. You feel me? Dropping that greenery in the scenery. Yes, sir. All 3 interchangeable. Right. Facts, Teddy. All 3 interchangeable. Right. The young, they stay in the gym. I think Xander and Ortiz going to scrap on that supermarket. Hey, I love it, bro. I hope you're right. I don't see AJ on there. Somebody please excuse Karma. No, she's a mod, so excuse yourself. Get her out of here. I ain't gonna lie. Give her 10 seconds. Give her the Cito treatment. AJ Mabumba. Bomba Clyde. AJ, I'm asleep. She said AJ chat.
Me blood clot.
Got Karma in the building. Big member in the building. Shout out to the sisters celebrating and supporting their brothers, man. One time for the ladies. Big member, Karma. I appreciate it. My power for power list was about skill. I get used to accolades as a merit, but some have an easier road to undisputed than others. That's true. But Bam Rodriguez's road is not too difficult. Do you know who Fernando Martinez is? Do you know who Fumulele Cafu is? I wouldn't say that Beterbia's road was hard. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Crawford did it in 2 divisions. It took a long time, but that wasn't easy. I think Alexander Usyk's road to undisputed heavyweight was the hardest, but I could argue that his road to cruiserweight dominance was the easiest. Now you're in a way, I guarantee you can't. I know you, Mansa. No disrespect to you, but I know you can't name 3 people that got now you're in a way undisputed. so chill out. You know what I'm talking about? Beterbiev, I think Beterbiev and Usyk probably had the hardest. You know, that was I ain't gonna say the hardest. I would say the most impressive. I would say Usyk had the hardest. I would say Terrence Crawford was very impressive. I think he had the most impressive individual win over Errol Spence. It just didn't hold up to the weight because he made it look so easy. But Errol Spence was on the pound for pound list. Errol Spence was very good. Yeah. So the undisputed, even if the paths to undisputed are easier than others, it's not easier than somebody who's not undisputed. Bam doesn't have no pass. He doesn't have no path to undisputed. He's not undisputed. So even if it's an easy undisputed path, it's still harder than a non-existent undisputed path. You know, I think Bam will get there, you know, with his skill. But you got to prove it, bro. That's part of the process. Shout out to my boy Ryan Frazier. He said, get your membership game up. Shout out to my boy Ryan Frazier, man. Dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. Let's go, man, my guy. Big membership re-up. Thank you so much for the re-up on the membership. My boy came through like a boss. Yes, sir, man. Big membership. We in the waiting room? All right, bet. I got you, bro. I'm going to pull you up, bro. Let's go. We going to holler at my guy. I keep forgetting to put the chat up, man. Y'all gotta please remind me. Please remind me to put the chat up on the screen, because when people get the playback, it's easier. They can see the chat right there. Now, I keep forgetting to do that, man. It's on me. Yes, sir. Big biscuits, Dub. Yes, sir. Shout out to all the members, man. I appreciate it, Ryan, man. Go check out my boy Ryan Boxing Talk up north. We call him Big North. Big North up here, man. Big North, man. Shout out to my boy Ryan, man. Go check him out, man. Great boxing content, great perspective, great demeanor, great articulation, great intelligence, man. I can't speak enough praises on my boy, man. Great dope channel, man. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I see him at the top. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to my boy. Shout out to Karma too, you know what I'm saying? She be busy though, man. She don't be, I'm talking about. She don't be dropping the content like that. But when she do drop the content, I'm talking about she be dropping bombs on the YouTube community. Yes, sir, man. Shout out to Karma. We in the waiting room. Let me pull up my boy. And if anybody else wants to join the Discord, man, we use Discord around here. I do not use StreamYard. I'm thinking about getting StreamYard, but I'd like Discord a little better, man, for me and my liking. Join the Discord if you ever want to join the show in any capacity and speak. You know what I'm saying? If you want, when we're not on the show, you want to just talk and fraternize and create some fellowship, establish some fellowship with the other people in the Box and Talk family. You know what I'm saying? Hop in the Discord, you know. Like I said, I don't need to be live for y'all to talk in the Discord, for any of us to talk. I don't even need to be part of the conversation. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the voice channel is open for anybody to just chop it up. You know what I'm saying? And join whenever you want, man. Let's pull up my boy Oscar, man. What's good, brethren?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. My guy in the building, man. Shout out to my boy Oscar, man.
Hey, man, can I say something?
Say whatever you want, brother.
Hey, man, if you want to say something and you can just hop on the Discord. Nobody's gonna say anything to you, even if you're nervous. If it's your first time, dude, you just gotta do it more often. Like, nobody's gonna judge you, and we just debate. We don't argue, we debate about it.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. That's a fact. Thank you, Oscar.
Now let's talk about this stupid ass nonsense that champion is ducking an interim. What the? Since when?
I don't know, bro. Apparently since yesterday. I don't know. Apparently, I don't know.
I'm just kidding. I'm not mad if people think like that. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't see it clear, I guess. But, because Boots got a straight shot at Bakro.
Yes.
Although I don't think he wants it.
Yes.
But I think he can get it.
Yep.
But I don't think he wants it. So he don't need to fight Virgil, or he's a so-called top guy. The top guys are the champions.
Absolutely.
And out of all three of them, on paper, Fundora is the best. On the ring, Bagram is the best. And Bud is just kind of like leaving there. But yeah, like, those are the top guys. Everybody else is a great contender.
Agreed, man. Now, what you said about the thing that I love that you said was that, you know, I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit because, like I said, I'm with you 100%. I don't think Boots is ducking. But I do understand, like I said, I do understand the disappointment because that's why I got to commend David Benavidez, you know, because I feel like, you know, in regards to Cinnamon, David Benavidez put himself in that position to always be compared to Cinnamon. You know what I'm saying? So whether you get the fight or not, it's kind of your fault when people are disappointed in your next fights, or if somebody's calling you out and you don't do it, because you run the risk of looking like a hypocrite, looking very hypocritical. I think that's the position Boots is in. So I do understand people are upset because now Virgil Ortiz would be like David Morrell for David Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? Right now is given the perception, whether it's real or not, it looks like Virgil Ortiz is about that life, and I have no reason to doubt him. You know, I'm not blaming Virgil Ortiz for the fight not happening. I do think that he will fight him. You know, I got to give him that credit until proven otherwise. So I do understand people's disappointment, but at the same time, I do think we can't abandon logic. But this is Boots' fault. You know, like I can't disagree with that. I do think that he's been campaigning for Bud, even saying that he's been ducking him. I don't think it's possible for him to duck somebody once again outside of his division. But if you're going to say that, and then you're going to say that Mario Barrios, the offer was sent. The offer was sent towards Stanionis. The offer was sent to Brian Norman Jr. Well, it seems like an offer was sent, brother. You looking bad.
Oh,
yeah. I can't say he's ducking.
Like you were saying, and like we said this earlier, I don't know if you remember, but like earlier this year, we were like, this is what happens when people just build their career calling off guys.
Right.
If you duck anybody, or you don't even have to duck. You just have to look like you're ducking somebody.
Right.
You're gonna look. That's on you. That's on Boots.
I agree.
That's on Boots.
I agree.
But the only leeway I'll give him is that he's not unified and he's not undisputed.
Facts.
So that's Barrios, Stanionis, Norman Jr. That's better fights than Virgil.
Facts.
And though I think Norman Jr. is still too premature, if he fights Stanionis, apparently stupid ass Conor Ben's gonna get Barrios somehow, some way.
Crazy, bro. Crazy.
But if Eddie don't get Stanionis or Norman, I would hop out my contract.
Yes.
Just pay me up, pay myself off, and then go to somebody else. Because
I agree. That's crazy.
But until that happens, yeah, like no, we say this all the time. This is what happens when you build your career, calling somebody off. That happened to Ryan. That happened to Dave Benavidez. Dave Benavidez, like you said yesterday, he can't even eat turkey. He can't even eat kale.
Facts. It's too close to a duck. He can't have nothing to do with a bird. Can't do nothing. Have nothing to do with a bird, bro. You gonna look bad.
Yeah, he's gonna look bad. Right now, Boots is looking bad.
Yep. And shout out to Dave Benavidez, man. Much respect to the El Monstro, man. Gotta give him respect where respect is due, man. I'm very big on that. I to this day, I will say he does not need to fight Dave Morrell. The fact that he's fighting Dave Morrell, and shout out to Morrell for not doing phantom call outs either. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's not just calling people out and don't want to really fight him. So shout out to both of them, but I got to give more love. I think Dave Benavidez has more to lose than what's his name. So.
And you know what's crazy? Virgil is now set on that position. If Virgil Doug's fired, now he's a Doug too.
Come on now.
And now this is happening because all the other channels were saying it. I remember they were overusing that term. They were calling everybody a Doug. And everybody, until their favorite fighters start doing it, they're like, oh, I think we're overusing this term, but I still gotta do it for the chat.
Right. It's crazy, bro. It's hard to be. One of the hardest things for people that are inconsistent is to be consistent, man. You know, they paint themselves in the corner, bro.
It's not that hard. If you're
it's very easy, bro. It's very easy.
If you're truthful to yourself, consistent all the time, then you don't got to cap for nobody.
Nope. Nobody. He said, nah, David dropped the ball with Canelo fight. He was out of shape and coached. Yeah. You could blame him a couple times too. Yeah. So he wasn't perfect, but as much as I, send him in Canelo's one of my favorite fighters right now. Top two. He's number one. He's top two and he's not number two. But I will say that I still think that if Canelo wanted to fight him, he could have fought him. But you're right. He wasn't there. There's places where David Benavidez definitely messed up for sure. Like you said, with the coming in overweight habitually, and then also with the coke, the drug allegations and stuff like that too. So you're definitely right. Definitely right about that. But at the same time, Canelo is part of that of being the face of boxing. Part of fighting who you want also comes with not fighting who you don't want to fight too. And I think if Canelo, I think we can all agree, if Canelo wanted to fight him, that fight would have happened. But I don't think that he's ducking him either, though. You never heard me. I never will say Canelo ducking Benavidez. I never thought that. I don't think that. But I will say if he wants to fight him, then that fight could. I mean, just like Terrence Crawford, right? If he wanted to fight Boots, he could have fought Boots. But I don't think that he has any reason to want to fight him. You don't need to. Same with Canelo. You got to afford these guys are already made, bro. Boots is not made.
Yeah.
Boots can't demand a Crawford fight unless he's literally a mandatory. He's demanding it. Same with Dave Benavidez. I hate when people say that Canelo needs to fight Dave. Canelo don't need nothing. Canelo don't need to fight again. He's still considered. He's already an all-time great. Whether you like him or not.
Yeah, remember the interview where Benavidez was like, he needs me. I'm like, he don't need shit from me.
Right.
His legacy is already set.
Already, for a long time.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Like
So
even before you came around, you were probably still on the toilet, and this motherfucker already had a whole career.
Right. So I mean, we got to call it for what it is too. I would love that fight. Like I said, that's one of the top fights I want to see. I would love to see Canelo and Benavidez. But I don't think Canelo doesn't need him. Bud doesn't need Boots. So it is what it is, man. I'll be honest with you. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and these two guys are from different generations.
They're
not with Benavidez. They're not with Boots. They're in different generations.
Right.
They don't need nothing from them.
Right.
If anything, Benavidez and Boots need to prove why they need to fight them. Like that, make it a super legacy fight. But
right.
Right now, they do nothing to their legacy.
Bro, who's? I'm not shitting on Benavidez. Like I said, I like Benavidez a lot. You see him on my pound for pound list and everything. I really like Benavidez. He's one of my favorite fighters to watch, to be honest. But who's his best win, Oscar?
Caleb Plant.
Oh, okay, Caleb Plant. Oh, you mean the same Caleb Plant that Canelo knocked out?
That's his best.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Hell
okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So his best win is against
And, like,
somebody that Canelo already beat. Canelo beat him first and stopped him.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So how can
No,
you say that
KO.
that guy needs to fight? Yes. Come on now. So how can you say that that guy needs the other guy when his best win is somebody that Canelo just walked through? Stop it, bro. Stop it, bro.
Hey, man, it's just like Plant. It's just like Gamboa.
And I like Plant.
Like Pedro Guevara.
Right.
It's just like Vargas. If you're not the one that beat him first, you don't get the credit.
Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. And like I said, I like Sweet Hands Plant. You know, he on the freaking intro, but for a reason. Caleb Plant's one of my favorite fighters, bro. I think he had one of the best celebrations ever when he put Durrell in the dirt and made it hurt. Anthony Durrell, that is. So I always liked him from his win to Jose Uzcategui, even to his performance against Trevor McCumbee, man. I thought that was a phenomenal, underrated performance. You know, the way that he adapted in real time. You know what I'm saying? It was a very competitive fight. He was getting tossed around the ring like a rag doll a little bit, and then he just, you know what I'm saying? He saw the game plan, implemented it in real time, and executed it, and changed the fight up, changed his whole approach. And I thought that was, it's just because we don't know Trevor McCumbee. If Trevor McCumbee was a more notable fighter and he did that, then of course he'll probably get more love. But Trevor McCumbie's relatively unknown, so people would kind of overlook it. But that performance was great. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Caleb Plant. But the reality is that Caleb Plant is right. And Caleb Plant, you know, the reality is that he's his best win, and that's a great win. But Canelo beat him first and stopped him. He beat him in a better fashion and beat him first. My guy Manzabusa said Oscar preaching today. Talk to him, man. My boy Oscar be preaching now. You know what I'm talking about? He said facts is the fact. Yeah, facts is the facts. Facts is the facts, man. And same. And don't get me started with Boost. Boost is in the same exact scenario, right? His best win is who? Probably David Avanesian. Terrence Crawford beat him years ago. Like, what are we doing?
Exactly.
Come on now, like
I just said, if you're not the one that beat him first, you don't even have to stop him. But if you're not the one that beat him first, you don't get the credit. You just don't get it.
Come on now.
You just got somebody else's crap. That's what people say.
That's what people say. So let's keep it consistent. Let's keep it consistent, man. So it is what it is, man.
I don't say that.
Right.
I don't think
we
that.
don't.
I'm just
Right.
talking about us as boxing fans across the board.
Right. Right. So shout out to Marshall, man. I hope I still have full. Maybe I'm a foolish. Maybe I'm naive. You know, a foolish, naive person. But I still think that fight could happen. I still think Canelo wins. But I want that fight to happen. Like I said, to be the top 3 biggest fights in boxing is Beterbiev and Bivol. We were privileged to see that. God is good, you know what I'm saying? One time for Big Turk in Riyadh season. And then, but the second biggest fight to be is Canelo and Benavidez. And then the third biggest fight is Tank and Shakur.
Yep.
I want to see those 3 fights.
Yep.
Yeah, so 2 of the 3 we
Well,
haven't
I
seen
don't know
yet.
about the third one.
Well, for me,
I think
Tank and Shakur.
For me, it would be Nakatani and Inoue.
Ooh, that's a good one too. That's a good one too.
That's for me. But hey man. And the pound for pound is, oh my God.
What you think about
I
it, bro?
love boxing, man. I loved it. I loved it. I
Bro,
agree with it.
I love it too. So, I don't know if I made that clear too, though. So on Boxing Reg, you can go look at it. It's literally the people's list. So they're compiling everybody's list and making that. So you can make your own list, and then it'll factor into that. So it's
okay.
yeah. Let me show y'all. So this is literally, that's why they call it the people's. It's literally the people's list. Let me show you.
I'm about to make it. But like I was gonna tell you, 1 and 3 they're interchangeable. 4 and 5 they're interchangeable.
Agreed.
After that, I don't care if you use that.
Agreed. So if you go to boxingreg.com, you go. This shows up right here, the people's pound for pound. You click on people's pound for pound, and then it has the people's pound for pound list right here, and then you click on the female as well, and then you could go to, my pound for pound, the next tab, and you could create your own. And it says, see, your vote has been counted. So my vote for the males has been counted already. I gotta do my vote for the females. Katie Taylor number 1, Amanda Serrano number 2, Clarissa Shields number 3. Clarissa Shields just won freaking heavyweight, bro. Heavyweight pound for pound. I'm gonna do this one too.
Clarissa Shields number 3.
Yeah, they got her number 3. Yeah.
She number 3.
Number 3, bro. I think that's crazy, but hey, you know, Amanda Serrano. I thought it was a close fight. I think Amanda Serrano won, but on paper she lost twice to Katie Taylor. I think I got to put Gabriela Fedor right now as undisputed.
Oh shit. Hey dog, you know what I just realized?
What's that?
This is the second time Boots don't get a fight, and people are acting like it's the biggest fight in boxing history.
Yep. Yep.
This guy's gonna be like that forever.
I'm telling you, bro. It's always gonna be like that. Gabriella Alanis, Carolyn Dubois, Natasha Jonas.
Where you put Gabriela Fundora?
I put her number 3. Oh, where you said where did they put her? Let me see. Where did they put her? They put her at.
Oh.
They put her number 4. So they have Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, Clarissa Shields.
Number 4, nah, man.
Gabriela Fundora.
That's disrespectful, man.
Yeah, they got Yokata Valle at 9. Yeah, I even think Chantel Cameron should be high. But I don't know. I'm gonna do this one later. I'm gonna do it later, but I think Chantel Cameron should be. She only has 1 loss, and that's to Katie Taylor, and she beat Katie Taylor too. Dina Thorslund, she's pretty good too, though. That's gonna be harder though, cause there's gonna be a lot of women that I probably overlook. Not intentionally, of course, but.
Hey, is Brian Fraser still there?
He was.
In the chat.
He was. I don't know if he's here anymore. I've heard.
Well, for the chat, I want you to let me know which fight are you looking forward the most this weekend? Because this weekend's gonna be lit city.
Oh man, I can't wait, bro. Are there any fights before this weekend too? Let me see. Like on Wednesday or Thursday?
I think there's Friday.
Yeah, Thursday.
I know,
Jordan Panthen and Sergio Lopez. There's a fight on Friday for ESPN as well?
Oh, no, like I was going to say, I know ESPN usually puts like Friday, then Saturday, the main event.
Yep.
But I don't know if they're going to have this time.
Yep. Yeah, hopefully they have something, but I don't see anything yet.
I know the fight people.
You skipping out. We can't hear you. We losing my brother.
No.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Oscar. You probably can't hear me either. It doesn't seem like. Yeah, we lost my boy, man. But yeah, chat. I'm looking to answer Oscar's question that he asked. He said, "What fight are you most looking forward to this weekend?" To me, is tough. I'm most excited about Robisi Ramirez. Oh, there you go. He's back. We lost you, bro. We didn't hear anything you said.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. But I relayed your question to chat, and I got Robisi Ramirez and LDV. Well, let me say Rafael Espinosa versus Robisi Ramirez because he's a champ, so I say him first. But yeah, I got that fight. I'm most anticipated. Second fight I'm anticipating is Liam Parr versus Hitchens. But this weekend's gonna be great, man. Dub says I'm going this weekend, Doc and Oscar, row 3. I'm going in the Discord. Let's get right. My boy gonna be in the Discord too. Let's go. My boy in row 3. So that means you're going to the Robisi Ramirez and Espinosa one, right? Yeah, because the other one's in Puerto Rico, and that one's in your state of Arizona, right? Yeah, so you're gonna be out there. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm trying. The more fights go to Florida, I'm gonna try to get out there this weekend. I mean this year, bro. Good Lord willing. You have any fights go to Oklahoma, Oscar?
No, we don't get none.
Yeah.
We don't really get none.
Yeah,
we get like small venues, but they're all the way in the city, and I live like 2.5 hours away.
I feel you.
So I'm like, I don't really want to go.
I feel you.
Hey, but Doc, man, I was like, man, remember that Tim 2 Bach room? We were like, are you gonna go? We're like, I don't know. This and that. Imagine if you would have been there. It would have been like city.
If I would have went there, bro, that'd have been crazy, bro. Bro. If I would have went, dog, that would have been wild.
Is that still upset of the year for y'all?
For me, it is, bro. That was crazy. Like, I mean, what else we have? Daniel Dubois, AJ, that's up there.
I mean, I don't really count that one because me and you were with Dubois since day one, and we kind of gave our arguments, so
that's
I
true.
don't really count that one.
Yeah, we definitely called that one. You're right about that. We definitely called that one. Liam Parr, Subaru Matias, that's a big one too.
Hey, that's a big one too. And Puerto Rico too.
In Puerto Rico, bro. Who else? Seiya Susumi and Takuma Inoue. That was pretty decent too.
Yeah, that was pretty decent upset too.
Yep. What's the name too? Brian Norman Jr., Giovanni Santillan. Angelo Leo, yep. Luis Lopez, bro. There's a lot of upsets this year, bro. Lucas Body and Sylv. Yep.
Yeah. I think the most impressive one was Bakram just because he pieced up for me the best fighter in that division in 3 rounds. 3 rounds, and it really should have got stopped second round, but.
Oh man. Yeah, I agree, man.
I still remember you better start eating 1 wing.
Bro, I was so mad, bro. I ordered food, bro. I ain't eat nothing. Like, what are we doing, bro? You can't lie. Come on, Tim.
I was barely on my second beer. I first took a sip on it. I was like, damn. I gotta finish this beer to no boxing.
You feel me? Come on, Tim. What we doing, bro?
Like, tighten up, brother.
Tighten up, brother. For real.
I don't know why why did they do interviews after they get knocked down?
Yes.
Or stopped?
I don't know, man. It's not good.
What do you think happened? I don't know what the fuck just happened.
I'm telling you, bro. Yeah, that was, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He said, what are you thinking, Tusu said? What the fuck happened, man? What I get hit with? Bro, I'm sorry to laugh, bro, because it's not funny, bro. But that is, like, you can't do that, huh? Stop putting the mic in these people's face. Like, even with to me, the Lopez was the worst. Like, that man clearly looked like he needed to go get checked out, go to the hospital. They had him sitting there waiting. Like, come on, bro. Like, you don't care about these fighters for, like, that was crazy, bro. That was disgusting.
What's his name? The one Guido Vianello beat. The Russian Mike Tyson.
Yeah, Arslanbek Makhmadov. Yep.
Yeah, that man was sitting there. He was sitting on the couch. I'm like, take him to the fucking hospital.
It's crazy. I looking all messed up. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
And he was talking to the next fighter. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Get out of there.
It's crazy, bro. They don't care, man, about the boxer's welfare, man. Clone said, Paul make it out of Puerto Rico, does it? Yeah, Paul made it out good, man. He going back. That's where his defense is going, Clone.
Not only is he got to take Matias' belt, he's got to take his people, too.
Yeah, he going back to Puerto Rico, bro. That's where he's fighting Richard Hitchens. Yo, my boy Ryan pulling up. Okay, there goes he answered your question. Oh, I didn't know Irony was in the back. My fault. I'm going to just pull up everybody, man. Y'all ain't got to worry about your stuff, man. If y'all don't want to cut on your camera, don't worry about it. I'm going to just pull up all 3
Hello?
of y'all. Yo.
Oh, just pull up everybody.
Okay, appreciate it, Ryan. Appreciate it, bro. Shout out to you, bro.
Good.
What's good, brethren? Try to get this stuff straight.
Who are we speaking with?
We got Oscar, we got Ryan. Yes, sir. We got Irony from the chat.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Sirski.
Yeah. Oscar in the building. OKC. Yo, I see my guy SGA down there trying to fight my other Canadian brother, Dylan Brooks.
Oh, yes. He was fighting Dylan Brooks, right?
They beefing, bro.
Yes, sir, bro. Who the best Canadian, man? Who the best Canadian, bro?
Hey, Ryan, shout out to your brother, man.
Yes, sir.
Took a fight late notice, and he put him out. Shout out to him.
Yeah, that's what he needed to do. Get one more for the year done.
Yeah, that was dope. That was dope, I must admit.
Yes, what you guys talking on, though?
Right now, Oscar had a question for you, actually, man. He asked you what fight are you mostly anticipating this weekend, man? Liam Paro.
Oh, Robesi.
Yeah, me too. Robesi and Pinoza too. Me too, for sure, by far.
Me too.
Yeah, man.
Me too.
I think that's a closer fight than Hitchens and Paro, to be honest.
Ooh, who you got? Hey, Hitchens and Paro. You got me too. I got Paro as well. But yeah, me too.
I got Paro too, but I can see Hitchens pulling it off.
Me too. Me too. I can definitely see Hitchens pulling it off, but I think Paro's gonna win.
The only reason I don't have Hitchens I don't see Hitchens is because he mentioned the weight. And whenever you mention the weight, even if you're like, that's not going to affect me, it's clearly affecting you if you got to mention it.
Yeah, if you're thinking about it, facts.
Nah, man, that was his duck tactic. That's what that was.
for duck of who?
I'm not buying that from Matias. Isn't that what he said? That's why he was going the WBC route.
Yep, he did.
Devin got there all of a sudden.
That's a fact. He did say that. These are facts.
So, I mean, that weight ain't a problem now. The power at the belt.
He said, "Oh, the weight changed. The weight limit changed, man. You know they changed the weight limit, bro." Oh man, but I wanted you to talk about the boot situation, man. Tell people your perspective, man. I like your perspective.
Nah, people don't like my perspective. Though.
Nah, I like it, bro. I disagree, but I like it.
Fans don't like it, but
yeah, the
man,
Boots fans don't like it.
I don't like because like Crawford went up to 54 and like I thought that whole Crawford thing was done, but Boots continued to say Crawford. Yeah,
that's true.
He continued it to say it, and it's like, bro, Crawford's clearly at 54. Like he's not coming down. Virgil is clearly can't even make 47. So why would that fight even be discussed? So it's like you want big fights. I'm not saying Virgil's the biggest name. I'm just saying he's gonna be the best name you're gonna get in the next 6 months. That's for sure.
That's a fact.
So
and the best name he's ever had so far.
Yeah, so he didn't have to like turn it down. He could have just said to us like, I want to do it in like March or April. He's like, I just fought. But this is why I say he ain't got no balls, because Kid Austin just fought. And he stepped up and he said, I want Shakur. So I'm like, all right, so
he did.
Kid Austin doing this, why can't Boots do that? He an actual champion. Like Kid Austin ain't no actual champion. So
true.
It's just like if he could have took that fight at 54 and then went back down and said, okay, now the champions are open. Let me fight a champ now. Now
okay.
Like, all right, Boots, you got some respect now.
Okay.
They say you a demigod. Show me.
Yeah, facts. They do act like he a demigod for real. From 2K17. You know, demigod. 2K17 demigod out here.
I like your perspective. I just don't like the fight itself. It makes no sense to me. But I like your perspective. And like we were saying earlier, Boots, Ryan Garcia, Benavidez. If they even look like they're ducking smoke, we gotta hold them accountable because they're calling other people's ducks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Boots from that Floyd Mayweather culture. These new prosperous don't care about taking it. Come on, man. Come on, man. Stop it, man. Don't do Floyd like that, man. What Floyd got to do with this, man? So what we doing, man? What Floyd got to do with this, man? Come on, man. He said no did it. Yeah, he's talking about the balls and the cojones.
No did it. Wasn't it Paul Williams he ducked too?
Yeah. They say Floyd ducked Paul Williams. They say he ducked Triple G. They say he ducked Floyd ducked.
Triple G, that's a stretch, bro.
Bro, they be reaching, bro. They be reaching, bro. Shout out to Paul Williams, man. You know, to punish Williams. But they said he ducked him. And then what Paul Williams did, he went out there and lost. He did avenge it, but he lost to Carlos Quintana, man. What we doing, man? Yeah. Come on, man. He avenged it though.
But a lot of people ducked Paul Williams.
He lost twice to Sergio Martinez. There's no doubt about that.
Okay. Oh, talk to him, irony. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, he did.
Come on, man.
He did.
You think he lost twice too?
That's no shame either. I mean, you're losing to a guy that was untouchable, bro.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was a close fight. I'm not gonna say I thought the proper person, because I honestly thought it could have went either way. I remember watching that fight. I was so excited for the second fight because of the first fight. But I'm not gonna lie.
You gotta remember that was, and that's not Paul Williams' fault, but that was in his hometown, I think, and one of the judges had it like 119, 110. Come on, man.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. Yeah. It was a majority decision win for him, right? Or was it a split decision? I think it was a majority decision for Paul Williams. But
I don't remember.
But that second fight, man, don't get surprised, man, if Robinson Ramirez Espinosa end up like that. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, man, that's the only trilogy I would love to see. That's the only trilogy. But only if Espinosa loses.
Yeah.
Because if he wins, I don't see that fight again.
Right. 2-4 in the building. 2-4 says, "What's up, panel?"
He threw everything in the kitchen sink, and this dude had even a hurt leg and everything, and still pulled it off, man. I got a bad feeling. When all of this happens and he still pulls it off, oh man.
No, and he showed up to the fight the same day as the press conference, the first press conference. Like this guy was having trouble with visa. Yeah, Espinosa. He was having trouble with visas. He was having trouble with LA flights. He was like, and he showed up at the press conference, and so yeah, like this guy's gonna be prepared this time.
That's a good point.
Robinson too, man. It's a great ass.
His story is pretty cool. Like his parents is very wealthy in Mexico.
Oh, I didn't know that.
apparently. He don't need to box, yeah. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know
kinda
that.
crazy that he's boxing.
Right.
And he's boxing well too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a world champ, bro.
Well, it's gonna be a great fight, man.
I personally have him over Bam, but
Okay.
Interesting.
He don't believe that.
I was waiting for Ryan to say something. I was waiting for Ryan to say something.
I really do believe that because I mean he beat the guy at the division. He beat Robeisy Ramirez.
That's true.
The guy.
I'm with you on that, Oscar.
Robeisy-
I like it, bro.
Robeisy, the same dude who lost his pro debut. We
Come on, bro.
He's the guy.
Yeah, you said it. Dude.
Bernard Hopkins also lost his pro debut.
Talk to him, Irony. Talk to him, Irony. The executioner went off and had the most successful middleweight champion defenses.
I don't know, bro. Triple G.
I mean, it's worth mentioning.
Well, yeah, Triple G eclipsed that. You're right. Triple G eclipsed it.
Look, just go back to.
Triple G is one of the greatest. I mean, well, yeah, you're right.
Nah, I think he's one of the greatest too. I like Triple G. My bad, Oscar. Go ahead.
Like, just go back to the build-up to the first fight. People, like even Top Rank was saying, this is the best guy at this division. Even like all the other guys were saying it too. Look at the odds. It was like 13-1. 13-1.
You know what was happening? That's because he's supposed to be in line to fight anyway. That's why they were doing all that.
Yeah, but like that
They brought him over to Japan. Yeah, they brought him over to Japan when he fought Cool Boy. They fought Cool Boy and put Robeisy as the co-main. They was hyping that fight up.
Yeah.
Cool Boy Figueroa 2 coming up with the Battle of the Davis. That's going to be a good one too.
Yep.
Okay, right. I got a question for you. Nick Ball, Robeisy, who wins?
No, I got Robeisy.
I say Nick Ball beating anyone.
Nick Ball? You said Nick Ball?
Nick Ball gonna, he gonna put them boys in positions they ain't never been in their life. He gonna show us who really the dogs.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Oh, we talking about Robeisy Ramirez?
Yeah, I don't think he'll
Yeah, he gonna beat up on Robeisy. Oh, hell yeah.
Nah.
Hey.
Yeah, bro.
Wait, hold on.
I think
did Irony agree? Irony, did you agree?
Robeisy beating.
You got Nick Ball beating Robeisy?
I got Nick the Wrecking Ball. Yeah.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I'm not mad at it, bro.
Ray Ford. Hey, Ray Ford.
I wouldn't bet my house on that though, but I got.
Wow. Wow. I got Robeisy putting that boy to sleep. I ain't gonna lie.
Robeisy got that sleeper, you know. Can't take that away.
He got that footwork. He got the power.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. Hey, I'm not mad at it though, man.
No, I'm not saying that 100%. I think.
Right. I got you.
Probably a 60-40. You know.
Yeah, I got you.
55, yeah,
I got you. I'm not mad at that. I mean, yeah, and Smoochie was here. She'll tell you, I'm not really too big on Nick Ball, so I think he's decent, but I don't really.
Okay.
Nick Ball.
So you got Espinosa against Ball. Who you got?
I got Espinosa. I think
Espinosa is just too physically. What do you say? I don't see Nick Ball getting to him. Gonna be like Duran Hearns probably or something like that. Just can't get to him.
Big Biscuits, though. Yeah, I think I'm with Oscar, man. I do agree that what you saying that Bam Rodriguez is definitely a beast, but I think you kind of argue. I think that's a good argument, man. I ain't gonna lie. I think Espinosa a little slept on, man.
I just look at it like Estrada, Robeisy, who has a better career so far.
Estrada for sure.
So far, Estrada.
That's probably like Bam's best win, and that's Espinosa's best win. So like, even if we chalk them up against each other, like,
true,
it's just right now. But Bam I told you, Bam gonna be undisputed next year. This time,
I think so too.
We're gonna be talking about him top 5.
I think so too. I'm not gonna lie.
I just put him too soon. Actually, I gotta give you Doc and Ty because you guys. I was thinking about that and I was like, man, I got too excited. I put that too high.
Yeah, I think Bam was too high, but I'm not gonna lie. I think he's too high on a lot of people's list. Just because, like I said, it's not indicative of him not being capable. You just got to do it, man. Because like we watch boxing, man, upsets happen.
Got a little bit more.
Somebody could look like they're the goods, and something could happen. So like, But I do think Bam. I think this time next year, Bam will be undisputed. I agree with that. I think he'll be undisputed if he stays at 115. Because like I said, I think he beats Puma Martinez, but I think it's important for you to do that. And Fumuleli Cafu, I think he beats the other 2 champions, but it's important for you to show me that you do it, not for me to think. So
exactly. You gotta actually do it.
If he goes to 118 and he claims that title shot, yeah, he's going to sleep.
Oh, he going to sleep. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Stop, Ryan. Stop it, bro. Stop it, bro. Big Junto? Stop it, bro.
Big Junto about to figure it out, yo.
That guy is
Stop it,
bro.
Stop it, bro. Oh, he going to sleep.
You know where we're taking
Jason Maloney decapitation.
I'm telling you, decapitation.
we
Murder
going
by
rider
decapitation.
season, bro. Where everybody gets exposed. That's what we're taking them. We're taking
Okay.
them over the rider season. Where you
Okay.
get exposed.
Okay.
Man, I would love to
world.
see that, man. Like, that's got to be at least a cool, man.
Yeah, I would love that. Yeah, I would love that anywhere. Yeah, especially with Big Turk.
Oof, that's beautiful.
That is. And then winner gets now you anyway. I would like that setup. I would like that setup.
Man, sign me up.
Yeah, I would love
Not
that.
even Sutsumi, man,
Bro.
against Ben.
Bro, I think Susumi versus anybody is a great fight, bro. His engine is crazy, bro.
Yeah,
To me, it's a
crazy.
50-50 fight.
Yeah.
That man don't stop fighting, man.
Yeah, he can get like, he takes 2 punches and he just delivers 5. It's crazy.
Facts. You gonna have to knock him out. And if Bam or Junto or whoever fights you, gonna have to knock him out. Yeah, you gonna have to give him some NyQuil. You gonna have to have that NyQuil on deck, because if you don't put him to sleep, that dude just keeps punching, man.
Is it true that Thunder is gonna fight Virgil?
Xander,
Xander put his hand up.
Yeah, he put his hand.
I
Yeah.
want that.
Oh man.
Yeah. I don't know if it's
I'm fully behind
true,
that
but-
dude, obviously, but I don't know. I don't want to happen like a Lubin Charlo, you know, where it's obviously too soon, you know. I don't want him to just get cleaned out there, you know.
Yeah.
But that's the good thing about 154. It's like, even if you lose, you're like 1-2 fights away from being back in the mix.
Facts.
That's a great point, actually.
Yeah, 154 is very deep. A lot of parity in that division. A lot of depth. Man.
I don't think Virgil's it, but Xander could do something special. He could do what Boot's not gonna do.
Virgil has been to the fire and returned. I haven't seen Thunder do that, but hopefully.
I don't know. I don't know about that one, Irony. Because to me, he lost. There's no way.
To me, he lost too. To me, he lost too. Don't get me wrong. I had Bohashuk by 1 or 2 points in that fight, but I'm saying that he's been through the fire, you know? Thunder hasn't been through the fire like that. You know?
Right.
But Bohashuk is very flat-footed. He's a knockout out.
Yeah.
So
He leaves his head too much in the center line for my liking.
Yes.
Yeah. And Sanders has got that, man, he got that footwork, man.
He does have footwork.
That movement is crazy.
Which
and Bohashuk gave you a rubric. It's like you just got to twist and turn with the punches.
Yeah.
And you be flipping them.
Yeah.
That's the key for him, in my opinion. If he goes with Virgil, that's the key to victory for him. Use your feet, use your clear advantages, because you don't want to get into an exchange with Virgil.
No. He showed us he could do it though. He pulled that off against. Not saying Damian Sosa's as good as Virgil Ortiz by any stretch, but he showed us some footwork, like Oscar was saying in his last fight. So not doing it against Virgil Ortiz is something different, but yeah, I think he can. I think he stylistically, I think Xander Zayas could win, but still got to be ready,
You got to show that discipline, man.
Yep. Yeah. But I do think it's a good sign that he's been calling him out, man. So obviously
he
sees
sees something. Character. Makes me love him even more.
Yep. But I don't know if the fight's gonna happen. I know Ryan said he thinks the fight's gonna happen. I don't know, man. I don't know, because
I think it's gonna happen, man.
You think so?
Like you gotta think of like Bob Arum.
That's why I don't think it's gonna happen.
No, he don't stop fighting. He told us, man. Jared Anderson saw that money and he couldn't tell him no. Like,
come on, Ryan. He ain't care about Big Baby like that. Stop it, but he care about Xander. He ain't care about
Jared. He don't care about Xander like that, really. Either.
You don't think so?
Okay. If that was the case. He let Berlanga go too, and look at Berlanga. Berlanga making money from Matchroom. No
he went Matchroom. Yeah, exactly. He went Matchroom though. I don't know, man.
I'm just saying, Bob got
don't
a
get me
factory.
started on Berlanga, please.
I don't know. I mean, I hope you're right, but I think he's gonna. I don't know if he's gonna let him take that chance this early.
Builds guys up and lets them fly, yo. That's his thing. He don't keep superstars.
I don't think that's by choice though, right?
I just don't think he cares, man. He's
Okay. He cared about Lomachenko.
Lomachenko's a different story, bro.
Okay. Oh, all right, Oscar. Take care, bro. God bless, man. Appreciate you coming through.
Hey, take care, Oscar.
Yeah, Lomachenko got spoon-fed.
Okay. Hey, we'll see, man. Like I said, I hope you're right. You might be right.
What's the deal with Lomachenko? Why I hear a lot of people, I mean, I am a fanboy of him, so let me admit that right now. But what happened with Tank? What exactly was the deal with that? He says he was not in the mood, and I heard he say like, oh, I'm not going to get the decision, I'm going to get robbed. Like,
yeah,
and I'm like, so? Take the fight anyway, bro. Like, it's the culmination of your career, bro.
Right.
I think it was money.
You think it was money?
I think ever since Tank said what he said to Big Turk, now Big Turk gonna take any opponent he wants.
I'm gonna say something. I said this on the barbershop. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's all good, girl. Go ahead.
I think Loma can pull it off, bro. I think Loma can pull off a legendary upset against Tank, and before I get jumped.
No, I think you're right.
But I know Tank is the Terminator, bro. I got two nicknames for Tank. Tank and the Terminator. That's
the Terminator.
Highly, I think, of Tank.
Yeah.
But I just, correct me if I'm wrong, right? He hasn't seen anything remotely like Loma as far as technique and skill and footwork goes.
No.
Like, that's my angle, you know, when I say that.
I mean, I think Tank beats Loma, but I don't think it's a foregone conclusion. Nah, I think definitely Loma has a path to victory, of course. I think Lomachenko was good, but
the longer you wait, the worse it is for you, Loma. That's my issue with him.
But I don't think Loma's gonna. I don't think it's a coincidence that he's contemplating retirement now. I think that I don't. See, I was saying I don't mind it if he's gonna contemplate retirement. He doesn't fight Shakur, doesn't fight Tank. If he doesn't fight them and he retires, I'm cool with it. But if I'm waiting to see, I'm trying to be patient. You know what I'm saying? If he says he doesn't want to fight Tank and doesn't fight Shakur, and then he comes back after it's a little more advantageous situation as far as who has a belt, you know, then I think it's a duck. But I'm a wait. You know, I'm gonna give him patience and stuff. I don't want to call it a duck. If he's thinking about retirement, then hey, it's cool. You know, I can't tell somebody how much they should get punched on.
If you're not gonna fight them, retire. I don't have any problem with that.
Yeah, I don't have a problem if you retire. Right. But now if Kambosos gets a belt and he comes back and fights Kambosos again, I'm just giving an example. I mean, not Kambosos, but like if something like that happens, then it's definitely a duck.
I think he's gonna retire.
Yeah.
Like he spoke on after the Kambosos win, and he said he only fought because his dad wanted him to fight, so it wasn't even for himself.
Right.
Oh, maybe he's in that stage where he's not the same guy, you know, hunger-wise. He got, like Rocky movies say, you got civilized.
Right.
Hell yeah, Devin Haney took his soul, yo.
That's crazy.
Crying everything after that. It was over.
You know, here's my thing. I don't like Devin Haney, but I try to be as fair as possible in that fight because he hit him with 1,000,000 body shots. I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
And Devin did himself proud in that fight, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm such a fanboy of Loma that is, you know, obviously I'm going to say I think Loma won, but I don't think it was a robbery. Like the Virgil Bohachuk fight, like it was close enough where I can, or the Beterbiev Bivol fight. I'm a Bivol fanboy, but it was so close that I can't really be mad if it goes either way.
Exactly.
That's how I saw it.
That's how I saw Loma and Taney too. I thought that.
I know what a robbery is. That's not a robbery.
No, it wasn't a robbery.
Right.
I thought Loma won. However, I did think that it could have went either way. Like I had a couple swing rounds. I had Loma winning by 2 rounds. So.
Yep.
People throw the robbery easily, bro. Seriously.
Yeah, I definitely was no way, shape, or form mad that Devin Haney won. I thought it could have went either way. And Loma petitioned that fight.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did, bro. People don't talk about it, bro.
I heard about that, but like, I didn't think he actually went through with it.
Oh, no. Yeah, he actually went through with it.
He was in the moment, you know. Like, that's another thing I didn't like about Loma. What he did.
I didn't like that either.
You know, when they asked him if Devin Haney was a pound-for-pound fighter, this dude tried to act like he wasn't.
Yep.
I'm like, bro, you just lost. Like, show some damn respect. What do you mean? He ain't no pound-for-pound fighter. He beat you. But what that say about you?
Right, exactly.
Come on, brother.
Exactly. I didn't like that
but
either.
I get it. He's a sore loser. I get it. You can't be loser in grace, but like sometimes you just got to put on that front when you're in the ring, you know?
Exactly.
Say the political correct thing, and then you go,
Yeah.
then you go in the back room and say, yo, F that dude, yo, Devin Haney.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, because other fighters say similar things, and they say that they're a sore loser, or they're disrespectful, or they're a hater, or whatever it is, you know. So it's just some people.
Yeah.
A lot of fighters are sore losers, man. I think Loma is a sore loser, but I do think he's a good fighter, though. You know, so
No,
I do
he's a
think
great fighter for sure.
And that's why, you know.
I don't mind that really. I don't mind people. I think that's part of being confident. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I think that I might be wrong.
Okay.
about
No,
that.
I mean, no. Speak how you feel, bro.
Like, that's arrogance too, in my opinion, because
Yeah.
you lost, bro. So
Yeah.
how you
Yeah,
gonna
it's part
say
of it for sure.
that?
I
Then
agree.
when you speaking volumes about your own self, actually, you saying
Agreed.
you way worse than Devins, but you're not even in the pound for pound. So like,
Yeah, you're actually putting yourself down. Yeah,
yeah, you're putting
man, you're
yourself
absolutely
down.
right.
Yeah.
I agree.
You should be elevating the guy, be like, yo, he's that good. Because I mean, Devin's not a bad fighter. I mean, he's always fighting pretty good.
Absolutely not. Absolutely. Whether I like, that's one thing that I do. Like whether I like a fighter or not, doesn't have any bearing on whether I say he's good or not. I have
Facts.
to say the truth. You know, I have to be
Facts.
objective. I am a fan of the sport first, after all.
Yep.
You know,
Exactly. Exactly, man. So that's
like I can stand Canelo, but I'm not gonna say Canelo is. Come on, man.
right.
Canelo's a star, man.
Right. Talk to him.
Yeah.
Big
Yo,
cinnamon.
Had a crazy run, man. Crazy run.
Yes, sir.
At 54, I think it was probably his best run.
There'd be like a 20 former champions. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But he did it so young. that Now people hold it against him now, which is
Right.
weird.
Right. What have you done
I
for
think
me
he should
lately?
fight the Benavides, bro. Who cares if you get whooped? Like the fact that you fought him is what people are going to be remembered after all. People remember Chavez because he got his ass whooped against Oscar, but he fought him. You know, he said
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, that was. I don't know why he fought Oscar.
Me neither. Me neither. But the fact that he did, a lot of people love him for that, man. That has to carry some value. I don't know why Ali fought Spinks, but the fact that he got in the ring, you know, carries some value to me. You know, he didn't just go the easy ride. You know.
Oh man,
I don't know why he did that either.
See what he said? Yo man,
What he
just go
said?
on BoxRec and look at Canelo's run from 54, right up to actually after he fought Mayweather. Just look at Canelo's run.
Bro, crazy run, bro. He said Canelo has a crazy run. Still running from Bennett. Hey, watch your mouth, bro. Watch your mouth, man. Hold on now.
Benavides could never.
Watch your mouth, bro. Don't do my boy cinnamon like that, man. He said, so according to, it's like the fight is happening, man. Shakur says, hey, I didn't have to do this, but if people call my phone, I don't mind answering the phone call, especially when you talking as greasy as some of them been talking. So he said they got to stand on everything they said now. So it seems like the fight is happening, man. Like I said, I'm still a little skeptical, but Shakur Schofield, yep, a kid, yep.
Yeah, I don't know if Kid Austin's dad gonna sign.
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, I'm not sure, man. And
Those
then
guys
also,
talking about sparring too much. They talking
Yeah.
about everything else.
yep.
But when it's time to fight, that's what I want to hear, man. Yeah, we're gonna fight. That's
Exactly.
That's all I want to hear.
All this contract stuff, done deal, all this stuff official. We'll see, man. I got to see it, man.
Oh, like, wait, do we think it's a step back for Shakur if he fights Kid Austin?
I don't think it's a step back, but I don't think it's a step forward. Unfortunately, like I'm gonna give him credit. I think. Would you give him credit for this win?
I gotta see the names, who's available, cause
Yeah.
I mean,
What about you, Irony? I give him credit, man. I think sometimes knocking off a young bull, you know, that guy's fire like that is not easy. But I honestly don't think it progresses his. Like, he doesn't raise his profile. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still not. Yeah, I don't think it raises his profile. So no, I don't think it does much for his legacy like that. But I do think that it's a good fight that I'm interested in. And I will give him credit for beating him, you know. But I don't know if it moves the needle for him as far as like raise his profile, ranking him any higher.
Why not Frank Martin?
I think Frank Martin
talking about Shakur?
140 though. Yeah, right. Frank Martin has said multiple times that he's at 140. He even just tweeted a couple days ago. He said, "I'm at 140."
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I understand that.
You're talking about Shakur?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what a tough part that guy is, right? Because he's almost too good for his own good, and what I mean by that is like You know, Robert Garcia had a great quote. He said to Brandon Rios one, he said, you know, if you could fight like him, you would, but you can't.
Yeah,
Like,
facts. Yep.
and that to me, he was referring to Floyd, I think, but that to me describes Shakur perfectly because he has, you know, call it a gift from God, talent, all of that, right? Nobody likes to get hit, bro. I don't care who you are. You can be Arturo Gatti, bro. Deep down, you don't like getting hit, bro. Like,
Yeah, facts.
And he does that. But the thing is that you got all these couch warriors calling him boring.
Yep.
And that puts you in such a tough spot because what do? Do you say F this and go exchange with the guy and risk getting knocked out and then they're going to call you a bum? Because either way, you're going to get called something with these people, you know?
Yep, facts.
You're either going to get called boring, you're going to get called overrated, you're going to call the dog or bum. Those are the 4 favorite words of them.
Yep.
So Shakur, I think, man, I don't know if anybody can beat him. Obviously, Tank, if he can find you with that off, with whatever shot he gonna.
Yeah, I think that's the
terminate
best
you,
fight
but-
right there, man. Shakur and Tank.
Yeah, but to me, I think late 2025. I would like to see them get one first each, you know?
Yeah, that's what I think.
Like,
I think
well,
that's
they
what
are,
happened
right?
next
They
year.
are. Like, Tank is getting Roach and Shakur, who is it, Schofield?
It's Floyd Kid Oscar Schofield, yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, y'all heard about Eubank Jr. and Lara supposed to be happening.
Oh, I don't know. That guy is so weird. Chris, I love my UK guys. I love a lot of them. But Chris Eubank Jr. and his father is weird. Now, his father was a stud, so
Yeah.
I'll give him a pass for that. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Junior is so weird, you know. I don't know. He wants to like not have a corner, man, and I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. You couldn't even beat a one-armed George Groves, bro. And George Groves is a stud, but come on, man. I don't know. And now you're fighting Eris Landy. I hope Lara got circles around him, bro.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Lara he don't fight like that no more. Bro.
Nah, he
Sit down.
asked Michael Zarafa.
Thing,
He
right?
got Zarafa out of there in 2 rounds, and what he did to Danny Garcia, I was like, oh. And he gave him a little hip gyration too.
Oh, that was such a weird fight, bro. I don't know, Danny. You know, he's, you know, hopefully that was just fluke, but I don't know. Danny had one of the best left hooks on the modern era, probably, and I don't know.
I
what
like Danny
happened,
Silva
man.
Garcia, but a 2-year sabbatical, what happened, man? He ain't been in the ring in what, 2 years, right? Or at least 2 years.
Yeah,
Look,
that's
sheep.
right.
Yeah, man.
in
That
that
silk
nice
sheets. That happens, man. And you going in there thinking stuff is sweet with Vara because he older, man. He from Cuba, man. They don't age, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to my Cuban brethren and sister, man. They don't age, bro. It's like 41 for a Cuban is like 32 for everybody else.
Yo.
So shout out to them, man. Age like fine wine. That's what they say. So, okay, Ryan, bro. Chris Mannix, don't shoot the messenger. According to Chris Mannix, it says, Zayas, I'm told, has accepted the terms for what would be a 7-figure offer to face Virgil on February 22nd. So you're right about it. You know, we knew Xander's about that life. We know Xander's about that
My
life.
guy.
But it says,
Oh yeah, we know Xander.
right, we know he's about that life. But it says, but he's not. I reiterate, he's not the preferred option for Team Ortiz.
All right, so like this
According
is
to Chris
why,
Mannix.
like,
According to Chris
Virgil
Mannix.
put himself in that tough spot because when they Boots supposedly ducked, he came out and said, "Oh, I accept all fights
From
coming my way."
everybody.
All right.
Yep.
So they coming now, so you gonna have to show us, brother.
All that
Careful
talking.
what you ask for, right?
Yep. I don't know why these fighters keep falling into the same trap. As soon as you call somebody a duck, somebody else pops up, and now you look like you ducking them.
Yeah. Well, if he duck Xander, that's gonna be crazy. 'cause
I'm
Xander
telling you.
ain't really beat anybody.
All right. Patrick
Looking at
Teixeira,
him like
Damian
that.
Sosa. Like, what are we doing? They're good wins for where he's at in his career. No, they're good wins for his career. But yeah, it's a low reward, a high risk fight for Virgil Ortiz.
I don't know, man, because like who else he gonna fight there on a Ryder season? They gonna make sure it's
Who's
gonna be a
available
good
at
fight.
154? Yeah, who? Maybe Erickson Hammer Lubin. Does he have a fight coming up?
I don't think I haven't heard
He
anything
don't have
about
a
it.
fight. But like I feel like Xander got more buzz behind him right now than
Yeah, I agree.
Lubin.
I agree.
So there's probably more money involved.
Yep. No, I agree with you. Yeah, I think Xander's the guy, like, for who's available. But I'm just saying, yeah, who else would be Who else is available?
Who got Starch?
Yeah, you got
Sebastian Fedora's in talks.
Oh,
Majimov is fighting.
If you could get Sebastian
Man,
Fedora
I was
out
so
of the
high
Spence
on
talks.
TCU, man, and I just, man, that background dude is made out of stone, man. That dude was like, man, everything he hit, it went down.
Nah, real talk. And you guys think Boots gonna really get in the ring with that dude? Hell no.
No, sir.
I wouldn't do
Get in the
it.
ring
If
with
I'm
Ortiz.
bossy, no, if I'm bossy, I'm like, nah, bro, forget it.
Not especially not a debut. No, sir.
Bro, if Backram hits Boots with one of those left hooks that Karen hit him with, yeah, you can forget about that.
Well, somebody came to the chat. I don't remember who it was. They said, when they gonna learn to leave the guys that look like Wolverine alone? That joke had me crying, bro. So everybody that looks like Wolverine, stay away from them. Got the Wolverine beard. I said, bro. Yes, BeLIEve, BeLIEve.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
Russians, they can crack, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All of them from all of those countries, all the stands, you know, Kazakhstan, etc. And
True, yeah,
Ukraine,
true, all
of
the
them are-
stands.
There's something in the water, right? I told my mom the other day, she was laughing. I was like, they threw something in the water over there, man.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
swear.
Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, all types of stands.
They don't like body shots. When you start touching them in the body, complaining.
True. That's true, man.
I don't think anybody can really take a body shot. Body
Yeah.
shots are crazy.
Yeah, body shots ain't no joke, man. What was that one guy? I can't remember his name, man. I don't really watch MMA as much, but I saw he said something about the horse meat.
MMA, you mean?
Yeah, it was MMA.
I do
yeah.
watch MMA. I do watch MMA.
What's the guy? He was from Russia too. I don't remember his name. I don't watch it that much, but
Hamza Chimaev, Khabib.
I think that's him right there. What was the first one you said? Kamzat what?
Hamza Chimaev.
I think it was him. I think he was like,
okay.
Don't quote me, but he was like, bro, the crazy part is he said that. Well, I don't know if he said it while riding a horse, but they showed him riding a horse. And then he's talking about the horse meat, and they talking about he's riding his next meal. It's crazy, bro. People are funny,
That's
man.
wild.
That's very wild, bro. That's
That
crazy.
goes to show you, man. It's such, they grow up. They how do you say? They come up so differently over there, man. Like we don't really realize that yet, but we will.
Oh yeah.
Just like they took over the UFC, as we speak, they're gonna take over boxing. Believe it.
Hell no, bro. Hell no.
I you're right. Listen, believe me, I'm not. I hope I'm wrong. Believe me.
When Majimov stood in there with Crawford and got clipped the first time, you noticed he stopped engaging.
That's
he
true.
Felt that power.
That's true.
Did he give Crawford the best fight or not?
No.
Who gave
Took no
Crawford the
chance.
best fight than him?
Velasquez had a better fight. He actually went at Crawford. Velasquez.
Velasquez.
Oh man, I gotta watch that again. I'm sorry, I don't have it.
Drop Crawford.
Hey, hold on now.
Are you talking like pre?
Hold on now, Ryan. Hold on now.
Oh, this is post Ricky Burns.
Oh, okay.
This is at 47, I believe.
That one, seriously.
Green Machine. Hey, man. He dropped
Yeah,
him.
the meat
He
machine.
dropped him.
Hold on now. I don't know about dropping him now. Hold on now.
He dropped him, bro. Just
Hold on
like
now.
that dude dropped Abdullah Mason before.
Johan Vasquez, nah, he ain't dropping like that.
No. There was a guy before that
Oh,
dropped him.
I didn't see that.
Where his gloves touched the ground.
Oh,
But is it one of these fights that he dropped him once and then got his hat beat? Like, or did he give him like a hell of a fight? Because
it was a good fight. I thought Terrence Crawford won handily, but it was a good fight.
You guys need to remember, Madrimov. I got him winning like maybe 4 rounds in that fight.
Yeah, it was a good fight.
He hit Crawford with some right hands, man. That dude is dangerous.
Oh, absolutely. I think he's top 3 in that division still.
I'm just saying, you see Madrimov when he fought other people, he was confident. He wasn't confident in that fight.
Oh, that's right.
He wasn't doing the same things he do in other fights.
Yep, and it was
that's
Bud's
because
first.
Terrence Crawford flipped him.
Yeah, and it was his first. We gotta remember 2000 was his debut at 154 too. So that was a hell of a fight for your debut. And Bud, I'm saying.
Madrimov surprised me a lot. Now, Bud to me can beat anybody present or past. I think Bud is that good. Like, I have him that highly. But Madrimov impressed me.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, Madrimov was good,
Yeah,
man. I knew it wasn't gonna be an easy fight.
He didn't get steamrolled like Spence.
He's sweet with the feet, man. He's unpredictable. Like, I'm telling you. I don't know if he loses to anybody else, to be honest with you. I don't know. Maybe I'm fanboying too much.
No. I don't think he's doing
That's why this
Crawford's a beast.
Belichick fight is important, because if
Yeah.
Belichick steamrolled Madrimov, then we gotta look at Virgil Ortiz like, damn, you actually may be the goods.
Bro, if Boachuk steamroll, that'd be
That's
crazy.
gonna
I got
answer a lot of
Madrimov
questions.
winning, but if Boachuk, that'd be crazy, bro. Bud won 8-4. I watched it 3 times too. Irony, yeah, Dub. He said Crawford was dropped. Nah, don't listen to him. Don't listen to Ryan, bro. He Nah, there was controversy. No, in Ryan's defense though, it did like his glove touch. It was controversial. It was kind of like similar to the controversy when was it Sugar Shane when he hit Floyd? How close that was. But Floyd didn't. Floyd just buckled, but he ain't touched. But then what was the other one where he touched? Was it Zab Judah? Where he actually, if you go back and watch the slow mo, he actually touched the canvas. I think it was Zab Judah where he hit Floyd. His glove touched. It wasn't called. That's how I kind of look with Bud. I like to see Crawford fight Madrimov again. Honestly, I wouldn't mind it, but I don't really need to see it.
I wouldn't mind it, but I'm not
though.
screaming for it.
Yeah, me
at
either.
the same time, I think Bud got, all the respect to Madrimov, Bud got bigger fish to fry right now.
Right, that's how I feel. Especially coming at the end of your career, 37 years old. So
Yeah, he ain't got that much time left. It's either Canelo or we'll see, you know.
right. Or Jermell Charlo if he come out of his slumbers hiatus, retired.
Man, all that inactivity to get in the ring with Bud, bro.
Yeah, he had to get a tune-up for sure.
I mean, seriously, like, nah. You're gonna get cleaned.
Oh, Ryan's frozen. I was like, yo, Ryan cheesing
I was
hard.
like, no way he's staying on
Yeah.
the expression all that long.
I'm
Hey,
gonna
man,
take
I
you
gotta
out.
run.
Oh, you
God
got
bless
all
you
right.
both. Oh,
All right,
okay.
Irony. Take care, bro.
Yo, what do I press here for, here you okay, there it is.
Oh, you could push. It should say disconnect. Are you on a computer or a phone?
Computer, laptop.
Okay, so if you right click on your name and where it says what you're talking as in the voice chat, right click, it should say disconnect.
Right? Oh, okay, hang on a second. Because it says mute, profile mention, edit serve.
Oh, it doesn't say. Okay, maybe it just says disconnect for me because I'm the mod
Can
or the
you,
owner.
yeah,
I got you.
drop me or something?
Yeah, I got you, bro. Don't worry. Yeah, I got you.
Appreciate it.
All right, man. Take care, man. Thanks for pulling up, man.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. God bless. Oh, there's a phone icon too on it where you can just click it. But yeah, shout out to I was like, yo, Ryan is oh boy, he got one of the, what's it called? You know, the ring girls, how they be sitting there. I don't know how they do it. They don't blink or nothing. Shout out to the ring girls, man. They be holding that face. I don't know how their cheeks don't hurt. They be holding that face, boy. But yeah, that's what Ryan was gonna say, man. Ryan got a future as a ring girl, man. He hold that face. But yeah, man. So but yeah, chat. I'm about to actually go ahead and call it too, man. Get me some food. We had a good show today, man. Appreciate it, man. Almost 3 hour show, man. So shout out to everybody for pulling up, man. Shout out to, I think we got some love in the chat as well, man. And in the super chat, I think it was from who did we get some love from? We got some love from Ryan, you know, reading up on the membership. Big salute to him. And we got some love, some graffiti on the chat walls from my boy Irony, man. With the $2 on the chat, man. Appreciate it. So yes, sir, man. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button too. Ryan got clipped for that, but I'm telling you, he got clipped, bro. I told him be careful. I told him be careful, man. He was talking trash about Bud, bro. I said, hey, hold on now. I think he was talking trash about Cinnamon too. I said, hold on now. Watch your mouth. They gonna clip you. I told him be careful, man. You know, they don't want to listen to me, clone. But yeah, man. So we'll see, man, if the Floyd Kid Oscar Schofield fight happens. But yeah, I appreciate y'all rocking as always. Don't forget to smack that like button. You know what I'm saying? And as well as that subscribe button if you are new to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Join the Boxing Talk family. You know what I'm saying? Do that, man. Hit that subscribe button. As well as consider becoming a member. You know what I'm saying? Starting at $3 a month. As well as hitting the super chat or the cash app. That's revolving on your screen, you know what I'm saying? Rotating like spinners in the 9 dimes and the 2000s, you feel me? Shout out to everybody that came through. Hopefully you enjoyed the show, man. Shout out to the panel. We had my boy Oscar in the building. We had Irony in the building. We had Ryan, Frazier, Boxing Talk up north in the building, man. So shout out to everybody that came through, man. My brothers came through, mi hermanos. my partners, my pals that came through, man. So I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Your boy about to slide, get some food. Y'all be easy. You know we do the late stream at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so hopefully I'll catch you for the late stream. You know what I'm saying? So y'all be easy, be cool, take care of yourselves. Remember, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we are nothing. The doctor's out. Peace.
From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold, we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.